enjoying the summer sun and live your best life. Learn more about this revolutionary treatment and get a free consultation. Call QC Kinetics now, 501-222-8440. That's 501-222-8440.
Car wreck? Call Rainwater Holt in Sexton.
888-8888.
8 for a fast response. 8 for results. 8 for Arkansas.
Anywhere in the state, dial 8.
888-8888.
Responsible attorneys Michael Rainwater and Bob Sexton.
You're in the zone, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acri and DJ Williams on the Buzz Radio Network.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know him, but no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Tox picking it up. Let's go.
Who the hell is he anyway? He never really talks much, never concerned with status, but still leaving him starstruck. Humble through opportunities, given despite the fact that many misjudge him because he makes a living from writing raps. Put it together himself, got a picture connects, never asking for someone's help or to get some respect. He's only focused on what he wrote, his will is beyond reach, and now it all unfolds, the skill of an artist. This is 20% skill, 80% fear, be 100% clear, cause Ryu was ill. Who would've thought he'd be the one that set the West in flames? And I heard him wreck it with the crystal method, name of the game. Came back, dropped Megadeth, took him to church. I like Bleach, man. Ryu had the stupidest verse, this dude is the truth. Now everybody giving them guest spots and stocks through the roof. I heard him with that stock.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name.
Call him Ryu, he's sick and he's spitting fire and Mike got him out the dryer, he's hot. Found him in Fort Minor with top, but a nihilist porcupine. He's a type women wanna be within rappers. Hope he gets 8 years in the making, patiently waiting to blow. Now the record with your notice taking over the globe. He's got a partner in crime. This is equally dope. You won't believe the kind of that comes out of this kid's throat. He's not your everyday on the block. He knows how to work with what he's got, making his way to the top. He often gets a comment on his name. People keep asking him, was it given that birth that doesn't stand for an acronym? No, he's living proof. Let him rock in the booth. He'll get you buzzing quicker than a shot of vodka with juice. Him and his crew are known around as one of the best. Dedicated to what they do and get 100%.
Forget Mike, nobody really knows how or why he works so hard.
I mean, it's cool. We want to win a natty, bad for him. He deserves it. So, yeah, we'll give it all we got in Omaha for him, for sure.
All right, welcome to the zone. Let's start with a clip from Chuck. Charles Davalon talking about trying to win a natty for Dave Van Horn. That is a singular focus for that Razorback baseball team. I did a little deep dive on some numbers, and the challenge is a significant one right out of the gate. We'll talk about it coming up as we go on through the show. Busy show. The number of guests today. We'll tell you about that in a second. But I am Justin Acri, along with the wizard, Christian Weaver, and the sucker of joy, ladies and gentlemen. His name is DJ Williams. He's our co-host. Oh. We adore him, but wow. Just a real hater.
I'm not a hater.
Yeah.
I just,
I'm a hater.
That was a little much.
Yeah. DJ didn't like the celebration. For those of you who missed it yesterday, we had a lengthy debate.
I didn't like it. I just thought it was a little much.
That means you didn't like it.
No,
if you thought it was too much, then you didn't like it.
You got to celebrate for sure, right? You got to celebrate, have a good time, but you also got to act like we still got a lot to do. You know, this ain't it.
Well, I think the lack of again, I'm not going to I'm not going to retry the case, but the lack of a dog pile is what that was about. So,
all right.
Anywho, we'll hear more from some of those guys. So who do we got? We got Jordan Wicks coming up here, thanks to Crain, Buick, GMC, and Conway. He has been dealing with a hamstring and didn't think it was too significant, but he hasn't pitched since we talked to him last, and so we'll visit with him coming up here and see how he's feeling. So through a couple pitches, I guess he got one out in a third of an inning on May 24th and hasn't thrown since. Pat Bradley, thanks to River City Flooring, coming up at 11. We've got the UMS Health Ortho Now, Red White Report coming up in that same segment. We've got Eli Cranor. We've got Susan Erwin Prowse. And we are also getting set for game what?
Is that driving you nuts?
I'm going to fix it. If you keep playing, we've got lights issues. There's a gremlin in the system, but there's a way to get it to – it just pops on and off. But there's a way to get it kind of settled in there. You just got to play with it a little bit. So where do you want to start? What do you want to talk about?
Amongst other things, we also got a big night tonight, too.
We do.
Yeah. I know you love talking about it, but I'm excited about that, and Ebony's excited about it as well. But as far as starting on things moving forward, how big this game one is for Arkansas, going up against –
huge.
You thought it was potentially going to be the other pitcher, but Bubba thinks they're going to throw –
Well, considering Ianson threw the last game, yes, he's right, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And that's great for Arkansas because if they lose LSU, you got to throw Ianson in game 2. So I don't know what else you would do. So I think Arkansas got a big break there. I started looking at the numbers, though. These are, without a doubt, the best two teams
not even close
left. I don't think so. When you look at the offensive power and prowess and you look at the pitching, I just don't know how you could even compare it. So Arkansas is the best offensive team in the World Series. It is not close. There is no argument to the contrary. This is the best team offensively of the 8, not even close.
And are we about to go up against the top pitchers?
You're going to go up against one of the best pitchers that's available for sure.
Okay.
Arkansas leads the World Series teams in home runs, in runs scored, in average, in slugging. I don't know what else you want to look at. If you want to look at stolen bases, fine, but that's where I'm at. Arkansas's got the most home runs, 124. Next best is Oregon State, I think, or LSU, one of the two. I think it's Oregon State. They've got a little over 100. And then LSU is the only one that's in triple figures. Here it is right here. LSU's got 100. Oregon State's got 103. Coastal Carolina, a team that's red hot and everybody seems to be scared to death of because of their pitching, is dead last with 66 home runs. Now, again, that doesn't mean everything. The big ball, the long ball is not everything. But
do they get on base?
Obviously, they score some runs, but not like Arkansas does. Arkansas is the number one run-scoring team in the postseason with 534, or the ones left. Murray State, 516, and UCLA's next with 510. So UCLA, I expect them to get the job done. But, man, Murray State, what a story. We haven't talked about that. They get the win last night in a dramatic fashion against Duke. I'm sure you guys weren't watching. You were busy. But they need 3 outs to get the victory and pull off the road win at Duke to win the Super Regional there. And they get an out, and then they have a guy on first. Guy grounds the ball to the shortstop. He pitches it to second. Out there for out number 2. They throw to first, but the guy gets cut down as he's throwing it. They say runner interference. They call the guy at first out 2, game over, dog pile.
They dogpiled?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's Murray State.
Yeah.
They've never been to the World Series before.
I think it's the 4th time ever that a 4 seed has made it. And so it's a pretty historic run for them. I get it.
So
they get a pass.
Story's not over.
Oh, no? ...
Under review.
No!
They say no runner interference, which there 100% was not.
After the dog pile?
After the dog pile.
Oh, no.
The post-dog pile review. They all get themselves up. They dust themselves off, go back to work, and I'm thinking, watch Duke hit a 2-run bomb now.
Could you imagine? Oh,
they didn't.
Bands on the field.
They did not. They grounded out to first and game over, and that was that. So congrats to Murray State. It is a great story for the Racers to get there. Pretty cool. So I'm sure somewhere John Morant was celebrating. Probably by firing off a gun in the
or Popeye Jones
in the air. Yeah, there's that. Anyway, so let's go to the pitching side now because they say, pitching and defense wins championships, right? Well, ERA-wise, LSU's the best team in the World Series. They've got a team ERA of 3.80. We all know they've got 2 aces. They got another guy who's got an ERA in the low 4s who hasn't lost a game. He's 7-0.
Ooh.
They got a really good staff. Arkansas is next, though, at 10th nationally, 3.91 ERA. So those are the top 2 pitching teams ERA-wise. Next best, Oregon State, 4.3. So, Oregon State didn't play in a conference this year because the Pac-12 fell apart. And so they're one of the sort of nomads, I guess, if you will. But I looked through it. I was telling Christian this morning, they played a really good schedule. So they pieced together I got to give their coaches a lot of credit. They played a very good schedule considering. So, and then UCLA is a top 25 ERA team. By the way, kudos to the Red Wolves, Arkansas State. They were 26th nationally.
Nice.
In ERA. Strikeout-wise, LSU's tied for first nationally with 11.9 strikeouts per 9 innings. And they're second overall with one shy of 700 Ks this year. They strike a lot of dudes out.
Yeah.
Arkansas's next best, though. 11.1 strikeouts per 9 innings. They're 7th in the nation. Then Oregon State 15th and Coastal Carolina's 34th at 9.5. And again, nobody's going to argue that Coastal Carolina plays in a league as good as the SEC. So Arkansas and LSU look that much better to me. So again, we argued about this yesterday about how Arkansas got a tough draw. Frankly, so did LSU.
Yeah.
I don't think they should be playing each other, but these are clearly the two best teams on paper. We all know that doesn't mean you're going to win, but these are the two best teams on paper in the entire World Series. It's not close, and I also expect Oregon State to win the other side of the bracket.
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking the same thing. As much as we were talking about, it sucks to play them, and yes, you're going to end up playing the best team regardless, but, LSU definitely has to be thinking the same thing, like, we got to play Arkansas.
I'm sure they are.
They got to be.
The one thing for them is they beat Arkansas twice this year.
So, baseball strategy. When you're facing a pitcher who is him, and it sounds like LSU not has one but two of them.
They got hims.
Do coaches sometimes think, are we going to put our best guy up against their best guy? Or
in a 3-game regular season series, maybe not.
Like
but
you may sit like your ace and so you don't waste your guy on their bread and butter. They do that in baseball?
Yeah.
Or does your day one starter always
No,
pitch?
I think sometimes you avoid their ace with your best guy. That happens.
Okay.
But not in this situation. It's
No.
a World Series. You got to put your best guy out there and try to win game one.
Okay.
You got to go all in. I told Christian, I said, look, here's the deal. You're not winning the World Series on Saturday if you're Arkansas. But you put yourself in the driver's seat to win the World Series on Saturday if you beat LSU.
Yeah.
You absolutely – whoever wins that game's in the driver's seat. Because the difference is you play Saturday, Monday.
Oh, nice.
Win or lose. But if you lose and then you win on Monday, you got to play again Tuesday. If you win, you go Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You get time off. Or maybe you got to play Thursday, but you get a couple days off in between there. You get Sunday off and you get Tuesday off if you win. I think maybe you do have to play Thursday either way.
I'd be curious of Arkansas's percentage of winning if they win game one opposed to if they lose. How drastically
What do you mean?
It drops off. Like, if they beat LSU, given that it seems like we have the two best teams, and based off what you just said, what is the
They're the two favorites to win it at Oaklawn.
Yeah, if they beat LSU Saturday, what are their chances to win it all? I wonder what the percent would be. It has to be high.
I don't think
highest.
I don't think they're like if you were going to look at their odds at Oaklawn, I don't think they would change significantly. But that's a conversation we can have with Zach tonight. Like if they win game one, do you expect the numbers to move significantly? I think Arkansas's plus 175 maybe right now.
Yeah,
maybe 250. I could be wrong, but they have the best odds. But they may be about 2-1 or a little less than that. I think maybe plus 200.
Okay.
But anyway, I don't expect them to drop a ton just because they win the first game. There's still so many games left to win. But those are the top two favorite teams for the odds makers also.
Yep. What team out there is sneaky scary?
I think Coastal's kind of sneaky because they're hot. They're not sneaky, but they're scary because they're hot. But again, and the Sun Belt's a really good mid-major baseball conference, but we need to talk to a guy like Chris Curry or somebody who knows better than I do, but I would say that would be a team that I would be watching on the other side.
You going?
Yeah.
When?
We'll be there Friday night and we'll be there for the game Saturday.
Nice. You staying about 4 miles away, or 4 hours away?
No. So the media hotel got dropped yesterday to us, and it was actually a really good deal. We had booked something in advance just to hold a room, and then we got an even better deal. So right now it's finding tickets.
Ooh.
So I think Maddox is going to go with me.
Okay.
And we got to find him a single somewhere. But I imagine finding one ticket somewhere won't be that hard. Yeah. But right now the cheapest ticket I could find yesterday was $200.
Okay.
Or $220.
And that's just for one day?
A game.
You have to leave the game. How many games are? Isn't there a game right after another one, or is there like a?
There's a session. I mean, it's 1 in 6 every day. So they'll boot them out.
So you just can't stay in.
Right.
Okay.
Which they don't want you to.
Hide in the bathroom.
Yeah, I don't think that'll work. This is gonna be the hottest ticket of the first round by far, not close. I looked at it last night. The bottom ticket I could find. I looked at SeatGeek. I looked at Vivid. I looked at Vivid Seats. Weirdo. I looked at Ticketmaster. 212, 215, something like that was the cheapest one I could find. For the UCLA game, which is the other game against Murray State, Murray State had not won yet, it was $86.
Wow.
I mean, you're going to have the two most rabid fan bases by far.
Yeah.
And the biggest fan bases by far for baseball are the two that are playing each other. Again, another reason not to pair them up. I mean, you could have sold out probably 2 games on that day instead of one game.
Play separate. Yeah.
I won't bet, but I would think I don't know. They'll be close to a sellout, I bet, for Arkansas LSU. Very close.
Has to be. You know how big that game is.
Huge. And I would say now I do know some people who won't go up until the second weekend if their team makes it that far.
Got you.
Because it's hard. I mean, it's a 10-day deal, dude. I mean, it's a long, long run.
Can people buy tickets for the whole thing?
Yeah.
Like they have a package for that?
Yes. I don't know how many of those are available, if any are left.
Got you.
So the locals snap them up, too. So that's the thing. Like, I may be an Omaha native. I'm like, look, I buy a season pass every year. I go to all the games or as many as I can. But they'll have some for sale, I'm sure.
Got you.
But people know. They know the market. And they're like, they're not going to sell them for, $50 just to dump them, I assume.
Yeah.
But you get close to game time, you got a couple tickets sitting around. You might be willing to part with them for a little cheaper.
You'll find a few, right?
I ain't trying to pay $215. I can tell you that much.
Would you go up to a guy with his finger up in the air?
Yeah. And if he says $212, I'm going to give him a finger up in the air. How'd last night go?
It went well. I had a really good conversation with Tyler Wilson. Man, he's pretty polished. Love the way he talks about the game.
Have you heard him on Drive Time?
He
He did a segment with Randy. I think it was I don't know if he did it all last year or not, but he's really good on there.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, DJ's doing a thing at Oaklawn on Monday nights, every Monday.
Yep.
And you're talking about all sorts of things?
Yeah, it's really just catching up with former Razorbacks. A lot of people are always curious. I wonder what that guy's up to now. And so that's my goal, is to reach out to former Razorbacks and have them come meet me at Oaklawn. People get a chance to ask them questions, to sit back and just listen. And I really don't tell them what we're going to talk about because I want it to be a raw reaction. And so for Tyler last night, I just talked about my first experience of like, okay, this dude could be special. It was the game that Ryan Mallett got hurt against Auburn and Tyler came in. And so I had clips, and so we went through the game film on that one. And it was pretty cool. And you could tell he was kind of smiling because it was a trip down memory lane. And I never heard it from his perspective of the things that were going through his mind in those moments of reading coverage, what the call was coming in, what he thought about this play, and leading up into that point of him feeling like he never got an opportunity to show how good he was. And so when he gets thrown into this game, it was like a whoo. And then it was funny, that shot to Joe Adams over the middle that went for a touchdown. He said, at this point right here, I think I was 11 out of 12. The only incompletion was out of bounds. And I admit, before I threw this one, I was kind of feeling myself. So I figured I'd try to thread the needle because he was in the zone. And so that was pretty cool to hear. And then he talked about, I paused at a clip after he had another touchdown, and it shot to Ryan Mallett. And I paused right there and had him on screen with Ryan Mallett. And I said, how cool is it knowing that you had a guy in the race for a Heisman now being your biggest fan? And he says, what's sad about college football nowadays, if the rules today were implemented back then, you never get this screenshot with me looking at Ryan Mallett cheering me on. Because he says he would have been gone.
Yeah, he would have gotten paid to go somewhere else.
Yeah, that's just the way that it is.
It's like Felix Jones told us.
And then he talked about that's just the reality, and he would have done it. But he also said, but I can't imagine hopping out into the field before I was ready. He was like, those 2 years of me sitting, he said they were so essential to making me be ready for that moment. It was very cool hearing him talk about his path as a Razorback.
When you said you basically put him on the spot, wanted his natural reaction, I thought you were going to ask him why he didn't return my text about countdown to kickoff.
He didn't hit you up?
No.
Okay. You want him to come still?
No, not anymore.
Oh, he's dead to us now?
No, I don't care. No. He came last year or 2 years ago. I think he came 2 years ago.
He came 2 years ago.
Yeah, so he's done his time. He's good.
No, it was really cool. It was really
That's
fun.
awesome.
I had a good time talking to him.
By the way, countdown to kickoff coming up. It is July 24th. It is at the Hall, presented by Fletcher Dodge. Thanks again to our friends at Oaklawn Sports, the Gangster Museum of America. Saw Robert Range yesterday, and the Hattery of Hot Springs as well.
That's where he's at?
Yep. Oh. That's his joint. Connect Service Solutions, First Trust Home Loans, and Tito's Handmade Vodka. We appreciate all of our sponsors. We're looking forward to it. If you haven't heard yet, Taylon Green, the starting quarterback for the University of Arkansas, and Bob Petrino, the offensive coordinator for the University of Arkansas, will both be in attendance. Also, Niall Davis, former Razorback running great, and
Casey Dick.
Casey Dick, state championship coach, former Razorback quarterback. Going to be a blast.
It's coming up.
Tickets are on sale now at you can link to it at 1037thebuzz.com, or you can go to the Hall's website, but we encourage you to come. It's going to be fun. We got some tickets moving, and the VIP folks are going to get a chance to get pictures with Taylon and Coach Petrino and some shots with Niall and Casey and
you
the
still
Buzz
want
guys.
Greg? Because
yeah, be great.
I can give you an update on that.
Okay,
I
we'll
talked to him.
Okay.
And he said he's excited about it. He just wants to make sure before he commits he can actually be here and not back on it because he said his word is everything.
Well, I appreciate that.
But he sounds excited about it.
I bowled with Greg one day in a celebrity thing over at Dust Bowl.
You won, right?
Well, it wasn't like a head-to-head competition, but it was just like a charity thing.
Okay. Hey, I do want to get your help on this next dilly I got because I'm not too familiar with watching all of his games, but Sam...
Elijah Butu?
Elijah Butu.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I say his name right.
When I met Sam Elijah Butu the first time, I'll never forget it. I was in the Broyles Center. I walk in, and we had set up a thing I was at KTV then to interview him, and I walk up to him, and the dude came up to my nose, and I was like, how in the hell did you lead the SEC in tackles? That guy is something. That's one of the most – he and Bua both. Bua was not the most impressive figure physically, but maybe the two most productive, undersized guys in the history of the university.
I got through watching some film of him because I'm going to put together a little something for him to go back and talk about some of his plays.
Where's he now?
He's in Little Rock.
Is he really?
He's in Little Rock.
That's awesome.
And so I reached out to him last week, so he'll be there Monday. But as I'm looking through these clips, they're a little grainy, and so I got
it wasn't that long ago.
I know. Well, it's funny. You can tell when they shifted to like HD broadcast because his freshman, sophomore year, real grainy. But then when you get to like that Alabama game up in Fayetteville, I was just like, okay, that's a good broadcast. And so that'll be pretty fun going down his memory lane.
All right, so tonight we're hanging out at Cash. We are sold out on that one, and by sold out, I mean we gave away our spots. So there you go. I do want to thank our friends at Cash and Oaklawn. We'll be hanging out with Zach. Saw Zach yesterday. He was supposed to call me last night on his way home.
Met Zach's mom.
Guess he got tied up. Yeah, his mom's sweetheart.
Yeah, sweet. She won trivia night last night.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Did she have her husband with her?
Is that Brock?
Yeah.
No. Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
he looks young.
He is.
He does look young.
A character.
Yeah. Yeah, he was the character.
He is a character.
Okay.
Hey, he's a piece of work. I love that dude. He's funny. Appreciate our support for postseason baseball. We start our coverage this week in Omaha, and it's either going to start Friday or Saturday. I got to talk to Wes and see when he's heading up. But I'll be there Saturday, and we'll be doing a bunch of social media, and we'll be there for the game, obviously, and we'll get some post-game. We'll have all that posted to the socials, and then we'll talk it all up on Monday morning. We're going to be at DJ's Dugout again. For those who haven't been with us before, it is really right in the heart of everything, and it's real close to the Razorback team hotel, too. So DJ's Dugout downtown, walking distance to the stadium. So we usually post up there, do the show, and then roll over and watch the early game at 1 o'clock.
Ooh.
It's so fun.
Are you pumped up?
Oh, dude, I'm so hyped.
You. Yeah.
I love Omaha.
Yeah.
And it's so fan-friendly. If you can get a hotel room that doesn't cost you $1 million, it is the deal because everything's walkable. You can go to a bunch of restaurants. You can go to the
days.
Yeah, it's a long run if your team keeps winning, but it's nice.
You going to be there?
Yeah, until the Hogs. Yeah, until the Hogs are done.
Ooh.
So hopefully at least 10.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Our postseason coverage is brought to you by our friends at Whataburger, Edwards Food Giant, and Bet Saracen on board now, too. So excited about going up to Omaha, and we'll be bringing the coverage wall to wall, and we're going to kind of work out the finer details here over the next 24 hours. But really appreciate Sonny and the crew at DJ's Dugout. You'll get to meet Sonny by video. She'll come on with us, who's the GM of all the – they've got multiple locations, but spot downtown's great, man.
Nice.
Such a good location. Huge spot, too.
Nice.
And we may be doing a special there, too, if the Hogs keep taking care of business.
Nice.
Yeah,
come on now.
Yep. 10:28, Jordan Wicks will join us on the other side of the break. We'll talk some sports with him. A little NBA, a little MLB. Get an update on his hammy. It's all coming up. Why got play Sly? Making me sad, man.
Yeah.
R.I.P.,
Floyd's
man.
Seafood, Keel Avenue in Sherwood. It's crawfish season, and Floyd's has live Louisiana Cajun crawfish. Place your order by 2 p.m. Thursday for weekend boils. Floyd'sMeatandSeafood.com.
This is SportsCenter.
It was all about lucky number 4 yesterday in college baseball. Murray State became the 4th number 4 seed of all time to make the College World Series as they beat the Duke Blue Devils 5-4. Now the College World Series field is set on Friday at 1 o'clock. It'll be Arizona and Coastal Carolina, and then Louisville takes on Oregon State at 6 p.m. Both those games can be seen on ESPN. On Saturday, it'll be the aforementioned Murray State Racers taking on UCLA at 1 o'clock, and then the nightcap in prime time, LSU and Arkansas at 6 o'clock on ESPN, and obviously you can catch it right here on 103.7 The Buzz. And the Stanley Cup final last night, it was the Panthers thrashing the Oilers 6-1. Florida has a 2-1 lead over Edmonton. I'm Josh Neighbors for The Buzz Radio Network. Morning Mayhem wants to know, is it fact or is it crap? Listen each week for your chance to play, presented by the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas, your local energy partners.
If you're like a lot of people I know, you're spending a lot of time at home this year watching basketball and other sports, and your home's your happy place. You may be noticing, though, the scuffs and faded colors on your walls, and that can drive you crazy. That's where CertaPro can help with a paint refresh. They can make your experience worry-free, starting with a free estimate. They're always easy, and they get you a quote right away. Schedule your estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. And each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro painters.
For over 20 years, the hottest night spot in Little Rock has been Willy D's Rock and Roll Piano Bar in the River Market. Open every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday with cold drinks and a world-class dueling piano show. Deep Ultra Nightclub downstairs hosts karaoke on Tuesdays, and DJs spin on Friday and Saturday nights for a fun dance club option on the weekend. Visit WillyD'sPianoBar.com to make a reservation and learn more.
Willy D's dueling pianos. Come and get your Willy on.
Catch us if you can at Southland Casino Hotel and win your share of up to $1.8 million in free play and prizes. Join us for drawings every Saturday in May, June, and July. Each month, over 900 winners will take home free play or drive off in a new car or motorcycle. Be there for all 6 grand finale drawings and try to catch us if you can. Only at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 plus. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
Spring is here, and so are soggy wands and muddy paw prints. Acadi's Touch Landscaping specializes in transforming outdoor spaces with refined solutions, drainage systems, retaining walls, and flower beds designed with ease of care in mind. Plus custom decks, fencing, and synthetic turf design to help clean up your kids' play areas and pet runs. Customize your space to enjoy year-round. Call Acadi's Touch Landscaping, 501-794-2770. Let Acadi's Touch turn your dirt into dreams.
If you're loving what you hear on The Zone, you should try our video stream on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, or Twitter, or X if you're a nerd. Now let's get back into The Zone.
What if I just can't discover? What if I'm just taking too long? Arm on, my vision is cluttered, stumbling on. What if I just quit tomorrow? What if I just tuck and run? If there ain't no land to follow, well, how will you know? What if I can't wait any longer, but I'm scared of letting it show? Out of all this piled together, the least is the most. Maybe I'm all in and got it. Maybe the nights are sharp and cold. Maybe it's harder to see when you cannot believe, when no way ever the cards are shown. Maybe as time goes on together, we learn how to grow.
All right, join us today at 661-1037, and you can also hit us up on our live fan feedback. It's brought to you by Whit Davis Lumber Plus. The text line is brought to you by D3 Auto Sales. Let me hit some.
Yeah.
Shall I?
Yeah.
You can also call us at that phone number, 501-661-1037. We're going to talk to Jordan Wicks momentarily. Ron says, the Hogs must crush and destroy the enemy.
Okay.
See Sun Tzu. It's baseball, bro. Relax.
Art of War?
Yeah.
Baseball?
It's a good book. I don't know if you've read it. It's pretty catchy. Not a lot of pictures. In 2019, me and my buddy went and had general admission tickets for outfield. Got there 2 hours early and met a guy in a bar who had tickets. He saw our Razorback shirts and sold us tickets behind home plate for face value.
Wow.
That's a good deal. I think if you sort of make yourself visible, you can get a good deal. DJ, great topic. My daughter got married that afternoon. There were 300-plus drunk Catholics calling the Hogs all during the reception. What afternoon?
Yeah.
I don't know what he's talking about. Is he talking about the Auburn
Oh,
game?
it must have been the Auburn game.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
What an absolute garbage call. It was total runner interference, clear as day. It was absolutely not runner interference. He was in the baseline, and I thought the guy just tripped. Like, I don't know. I thought it was a good overturn. Okay, let's get to it. Jordan Wicks has stuff to do. He can get time to sit around and wait on us. So let's visit with him, shall we? We should. He is working his way back to good health, and we'll see where he is in his process, and we'll get his thoughts on all things sports. Probably should have had his open ready. Totally my bad.
Conway native and pitcher within the Chicago Cubs organization, Jordan Wicks joins the Zone each week this baseball season. Wicks was the Cubs' first-round pick in the 2021 draft and has made several appearances in the big leagues early in his career. He's brought to you by GM Giant, Crain Buick GMC. Family-owned, they pride themselves in delivering personalized service and dedication to customer satisfaction. For more information, go to crainteamconway.com.
Go, Cubs, go! Hey, Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today.
All right, let's bring Jordan Wicks in on the Jim's Razorback Pizza Hotline. Mr. Wicks, how are you, sir?
Good. How are you guys?
We are great. You sound like you're in good spirits. How's your hamstring? Is it in good spirits?
Yeah, it's doing well. Had a good week last week. Get to face hitters this week. Only my own hitters, unfortunately. I wish they were the other team, but I'll throw a couple lives this week, and then it's looking like the week after Nashville, when we come back home, is the return date potentially.
I did not look at the schedule, but is there any chance you guys will be in Omaha when the Hogs are in Omaha? You what? You broke up a little bit there.
I said last week is
okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I wish we had gone to Omaha the next week, but I wonder if they play at home during that.
They probably get out of town when that happens, right?
Yeah, I would imagine.
Not always, because the last time I was there, I think Brett Eibner was on was on Omaha's team, and I was going to try to interview him, and I went round and round with their people. They're not nearly as helpful as the Iowa Cubs sports information folks. I will tell you that straight up. But they're people. We kind of did this little dance for a minute, and then I was like, I can't do this with you guys. So we never got it together, unfortunately. But anyway, and I think they were coming back from a road trip. It was in the middle of the deal, so I don't know. So let's talk a little baseball etiquette. We got in a big fight yesterday. DJ and I we had our first real battle.
Big fight.
It was it's a healthy debate. So Arkansas wins their Super Regional. They were 5-0 in the postseason, and they are headed back to Omaha, Jordan, after a 2-year hiatus. Everybody loves Dave Van Horn. I think you can tell the players love it. He's feeling, obviously very emotional about it. It's been a couple years since he's taken his team up there. It means a lot to him still. And the players did not dogpile after winning the Super Regional, but they did go up into the stands.
They rushed the stands.
May I? They went up into the stands, and they walked around, and they gave high fives and hugs to some of the fans who had turned out. Jordan, you know all too well how great the environment is at Baum. DJ says they're doing a little too much. Do you think that's an appropriate response after playing your last home game before you head to the World Series, or should they have just acted like business as usual and gone to the dugout and called it a day?
Can I?
No, I want his answers.
No, you paint.
You're twisting his words. You're not going to twist my words.
You just did. You didn't paint an accurate picture.
Okay, what did I miss?
Okay, so it was close, but yeah, after the game, they're on the field. They grabbed the trophy, and then Vahiva, which is best player, he rushes up into the stands, and there's a line behind him. And then in the concourse, there's a line of fans. And I would say as a fan, this is super cool. They're rushing through the concourse, going through the whole stadium. They work their way out of the stadium to get back to the field. Then they jump a fence to get over by the water. Now, only one of the players jumped into the water, but they're all standing around the water celebrating. And then that was a little bit more of a accurately painted picture, which all sounds fun. Very excited for.
You said exactly what I said, except for a kid jumped in the lake.
You missed a lot.
I said exactly what you said, except the kid jumped in the lake.
They just went in stand, gave a hug.
Bro,
high five.
You are totally off base here, per usual, on this particular topic, and you just want to double down and beat it to death. Jordan, let's get your response. What do you think? Appropriate, or did they do too much?
I actually love the going into the stands for the fans part of it. The fans show up for you. They are there so much, especially in that place. You know, I think it's one of those things that will keep fans coming back no matter what. And I also love it instead of a dog pile. I hate the idea of dog piles because imagine, you know, a lot of times when you close those out, you've got one of your best players in that dog pile, and, you know, getting caught on the bottom of those is not fun. You get trampled, you get stepped on, imagine, you know, you're going to Omaha and one of your best players gets hurt on the bottom of a dog pile before the biggest games of your season. So I am a fan of kind of phasing out the whole dog pile situation. Now, if you win it all, do whatever you want to do.
Right.
I mean, you got however many months to recover if you get stepped on or whatever. But the water part of it, I would say probably a little bit much. You know, but then again, when you accomplish something like that, that doesn't need to be taken for granted, you know, you celebrate how you want to celebrate. You know, when you win, you reserve the right to celebrate how you celebrate. I mean, watching those Tennessee guys, if they had won, they might have lit the town on fire. I mean, you know, there's no telling with them what they'd have done.
Right. And we would have said
that got a little old watching that act for a little while. But you know.
Yeah, let me ask you that from a player perspective, going back to that part of it, because I don't think we're going to settle this today. We're going to continue to argue about it, and it doesn't matter, but whatever. You saw what happened with the batter for Tennessee, and obviously Root took offense to it and went off. And then when Root induced a double play later, he really went off and was basically pulled off the field by his level-headed catcher. What'd you think about that whole exchange, speaking of too much or not or okay? What do you think about all that?
I love it from the Root side of it. I mean, if that guy's going to do all that, he deserves what's coming to him. The only difference is in pro ball, it doesn't get that far. It's, you know, the guy doesn't yell at him. The first time he like spits across the plate, the next pitch is 95 in the middle of your back. I mean, that's how pro ball handles it. And so, you know, you just don't do that kind of stuff. So, I mean, I get it. College emotions are wound up, but I mean, it juiced Arkansas's pitcher up, though. I mean, he kind of woke up a little bit of a beast in that side of things, and you know, I don't really know what he was, you know, all wound up about. He was excited because he took a slider in the dirt in the other batter's box. I mean, good for you, buddy. The pitch you took wasn't close, and you acted like it was on the corner and you spit on it, but you know, then you're in two obvious fastball counts and you get your absolute doors blown off. So, you know, that's a pill you got to swallow when you instigate it like that.
Fair. By the way, this is a pitcher's perspective for sure.
100%.
But I get it. And look, it's a hard deal. It's a hard gig. And when a guy challenges you like that, to be able to, and again, that's a very dangerous hitter. Fisher's hit 25 home runs this year. I mean, he's a very dangerous dude. Not anymore, he isn't, but he was during the season. It's over now. But I was curious to get your thoughts on all that. And obviously, Root's pitched, you know, really well down the stretch here. He has become clearly Arkansas's ace. Any of the other guys that you've seen throw that you think, you know, that dude's going to be pretty good at the next level?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's hurt now, but I know. So we have Jackson Wiggins. His little brother's been impressive to watch throughout earlier in the season and stuff. You know, obviously wish him a speedy recovery. Hope he makes it back for next year because that's an unbelievable arm. Yeah, I mean, Root definitely has been a lot of fun to watch. I love how, you know, he's got all four pitches. There doesn't really seem to be, you know, a weakness from a pitch repertoire standpoint, and it kind of feels like he's been really consistent all season. It's been a lot of fun to watch. Gage Wood is a guy I've known since high school, worked with him and talked with him since high school. So for him to be able to go out, especially that game he threw in the regional, and throw the way he can, you know, if they can get that version of Gage Wood from the regional in Omaha, then, you know, they're in pretty good shape.
I think that's true, too. The other thing is the ballpark, and we talked about where you pitch, and it's not real pitcher conducive, but, you know, Charles Schwab is a giant park, and Beitelgeuse is a guy who has pitched well for the most part this year as a lefty, but he's had a little issue giving up home runs. Is that a place where maybe you feel a little safer with him on the mound?
That place is a graveyard. So, yeah, I mean, you've got to give up you got to give up some absolute bombs. It ain't like Bomb Walker where you can breathe on the ball and it goes out of left field. I mean, I've seen some of the craziest. We were talking about that in the locker room the other day. Me, Christian Franklin, and Nolan. Just how many like insane home runs, especially now. It used to be just to left field that Bomb gave up some joke homers, but now that building's built out and right, you can see some of the cheapest homers you've ever seen in your life hit out of that place. So it'll definitely be a different park than they're used to.
Again, pitcher's perspective. It was great for Arkansas because Helfrich snuck 2 out, one in the regular season against Tennessee and one in the regional or the supers that went over. I guess it was maybe Maxwell's home run that went out that he slapped opposite field, you're right, to left field that went over by about a foot. And pretty wild deal. Didn't get any homers robbed, which was good. Did you see the play by the Oakland A's center fielder last night?
Oh, my gosh.
He ran up the wall, went up to almost his hip. I'm surprised he didn't go over the wall, Jordan.
He almost flipped over.
Yeah.
He almost did. I mean, when you get Torrey Hunter's attention about robbing a homer, because that guy knows something about playing center field.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I thought that exchange was cool, too. Seeing Torrey be like that is one of the most unbelievable plays I've ever seen. I thought that was a cool exchange.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. Let's talk NBA quick, and we'll let you go. Got Game 3 tomorrow night, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Christian's guy, has set a new mark for the most points through 2 games for a first-time NBA Finals appearance, and he surpassed the great Allen Iverson for the most points. Allen played in, of course, that famous series with the Lakers, where they won Game 1 miraculously and then got their brains beat in the next 4. I compared it to those 2 series before I knew the stat about the scoring last night, and obviously be on the flip side because it'd be on the winning team where he's scoring all the points. But I think the Pacers certainly did an impressive job to get Game 1, but I think they're in big trouble going forward.
Yeah, the Game 1 was unbelievable. I thought they were dead in the water, and then they do what they've done all postseason. They make miraculous comebacks, and, Halliburton, that guy's been unreal. He wants the ball in the big moments, seems to just absolutely love it. The thing that drives me nuts about when they get to the finals is it's nice in the playoffs because they play every other day. So like when the game's coming. And then you get to the finals, and it seems like it takes 3 weeks to play the series because they take forever in between the games. It's like you're flying from Indianapolis to Oklahoma City. Like, just keep playing every other day. I mean, it is taking. There's 2 games. There was 2 days in between Game 1 and Game 2 in Oklahoma City.
Right. That's what I have a bigger issue with.
Yeah, you could do every other day when you're in the same place, and then 2 days in between when you have to travel.
Yeah, I can live with that.
Which they're doing Wednesday, Friday this week.
Okay, that's better. Last thing here, we'll let you go. Why don't you go pull up some of DJ's celebrations for regular season wins, not even playoffs, and see if they over-celebrated too?
Oh, my gosh. All right. You know what it is? It's as simple. This is for me, Jordan, right?
Did you celebrate wins?
Yep.
I'm all about celebration, all right?
Yeah.
I just think the standard for this team is Omaha or bust, all right? So for me,
they just made Omaha.
The expectation is getting there, all right? So I'm all about celebrating with the fans and stuff. To me, it just looked like a team who felt like we did it, I felt like they knew this is what they're supposed to do. Now it's time to go and do as far as accomplishing the goal of the season. That's how I see it. I'm not hating on them being happy making it, but to me it looked like for a second it was just like job was finished. But we still got much more to do. I'm sorry, this is where I'm at. All right? They shouldn't have jumped over the fence and hopped.
People wear, Jordan, you see it every year. People wear their stupid goggles. By the way, I've never had champagne poured in my eyes, admittedly, but I can also close my eyes as well as anybody else can. I think goggles in the celebration is stupid. But they celebrate the ALCS and the NLCS like they just won something big because they did. But then they still have to go play the World Series. You have a problem with that too?
I think for Arkansas, because the thing is, let's just say, I'm not going to say this because I think this is the best team Arkansas has had, and I think we're going to do work. But if they lose Game 1 and then drop 2, no one cares about the Super Regional. It doesn't mean anything. But it'll be an asterisk in the book. Hey, they made it 12 times, but everyone would be devastated. I think for Coach Dave Van Horn, this is the year for him to go ahead and I know it's a lot of pressure, but I think everyone on that team would agree with me and think that's the same thing. It kind of reminds me of when you're supposed to beat a team, and let's call a spade a spade. We've owned Tennessee at home. This ain't nothing new.
Yeah, but Tennessee's also still a dangerous
okay. They're
team.
still great, but we have owned them.
Yeah.
They have not beat us at Baum since when?
Forever.
We were supposed to win that game.
Never done it under Dave.
We were supposed to win that series.
Sure.
We were the favorite. We were this. You remember when Ole Miss stormed the field when they beat Georgia, and Ole Miss was like the 5th-ranked team in the country?
Mm-hmm.
We were like, okay, it's not really the biggest upset. Y'all actually had a shot to
That was
win
a regular season win.
Yeah, you know
that
what I mean?
doesn't mean anything. It's a regular season win. This is a significant postseason
You don't
victory.
think a significant win in college football is big at a team like that when if you lose 2 games, you can't even make it to the playoffs? That was a big game.
We had teams storming the field that were favored in the game, DJ, last year.
Was Arkansas favored to beat Tennessee?
In baseball?
Yes, this series up in Fayetteville.
Yeah, I'm sure they were. Mm-hmm. But again, it's different. It's just different. It's postseason.
This is what my counter to that would be is in college baseball, it's a little bit different. So, like, all the marketing of college baseball, all the mantras of the teams that you're on is get to Omaha. That is the goal of the season. That is, because everybody knows once you get to Omaha, all bets are off. Like, it's a completely new season. I mean, I think one of the most dangerous teams in the thing is Coastal Carolina. They've won 23 games in a row.
Right now?
And they are hot.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Jeez.
They ended the season on 23-game win streak, and it's still going. And they are hot. So Coastal is one of the most dangerous teams in it. And, when you get to Omaha, it's a completely new season. Everything starts over. Anything can happen. And I think just the way it gets marketed from a college baseball perspective through the NCAA and everything, it's all about getting to Omaha. And you got to celebrate because, what they do is hard. DJ knows this. What you do in college football is hard. So when you have those wins, you celebrate them whenever you get there because winning and being successful in sports it's not easy.
Here in Jordan, you made me think of something, and I may have to backtrack just a smidge. Would you compare this to when football teams become bowl eligible? Because they celebrate it, but still a lot more to go.
No.
Even bigger.
I think it's you make the playoff now. That would be the comp. Okay. Because you're a top 8 team.
Like you see selection and you cheer.
You guys playing in the Liberty Bowl and them making it to Omaha are not the same thing.
Yeah. No, I sometimes
for the week. No, that's got to be on.
I just remember when Coach pulled out because I'm with you when we pulled out Larry the bowling ball in a subpar season and everybody's cheering. I was thinking. I was just kind of.
But again, expectations. That making the bowl game was a big deal for them.
Yeah.
Arkansas making it to the World Series is a much bigger deal, even though the expectations were that. You're right.
Yeah.
It would have been a disappointment if they didn't make it, but it's still, you did it. And for Arkansas to make it to a bowl game where their program is at this point, that's a big deal. Last thing, should they reseed the World Series, Jordan, yes or no? Because you have clearly on paper the best 2 teams playing each other in the first game.
No, leave it.
Okay.
Get him. No, you better get him like you've been getting me.
I disagree, but I'll certainly listen to the argument. It's fine.
Yeah, Jordan has good.
I think LSU was underseeded, frankly.
Well, so it's a bracket like anything else. When you get into March Madness in the Elite Eight, do you want to reseed the Final 8?
No, but I'd rather play LSU in the finals than I would in Game 1.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's all. But yeah,
so if you put them into the losers bracket, they're in trouble.
No, that's true. Everybody is.
You saw that against Little Rock. If they get off schedule of their top 4 arms, if they have to go past their top 4 arms, they are in trouble.
Yeah, that's what I said. This game is so big. I think Arkansas doesn't win the World Series with this win, but it gives you an incredibly huge leg up because I think they're better than everybody on the other side, including the scary Coastal Carolina team. So we will see. All right, Jordan, we got to run. Thank you. Appreciate Crain Buick GMC up in Conway. Appreciate you always, buddy. We got to run. We'll talk to you next week.
See you guys.
All right, see you. Great stuff.
He's so good.
Yeah, he agreed with me.
The leader in sportsbook apps in the state of Arkansas, Bet Saracen, has a club you might want to consider joining. It's the perfect offer for you if you like to play parlays. Head over to the Bet Saracen app, opt in, and get all the details on how to earn bonus cash with the Parlay Bonus Club. It's active through June, and it could be the key to stacks of sportsbook bonus cash. The Parlay Bonus Club on the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Willy D's Rock and Roll Piano Bar open every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Cold drinks and dueling pianos. Deep Nightclub downstairs hosts karaoke on Tuesdays and DJ Spin on Friday and Saturday nights. Visit WillyD'sPianoBar.com.
Have questions about retirement, investments, or your money? Call our financial hotline. Dial 501-381-5228 and leave a voicemail with your specific financial question, and our experts will answer it on the Get Ready for the Future show Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Get your financial questions answered by the pros. 501-381-5228. Call now. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice offered through Independent Advisor Alliance. Independent Advisor Alliance and Genwealth Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
When you golf in Missouri, the courses are so close you'll spend more time on the fairway than the freeway. After the back nine, enjoy world-class dining and distilleries, shops and spas, museums, and more. Find your new golf MO at visitmo.com.
You're in the zone in the Oaklawn Hot Springs studio with Justin Acri and DJ Williams.
All right, it is 10:56. We only got a couple minutes left, so I'm going to hit just some D3 Auto Sales live, text line. We'll get some Whit Davis Lumber Plus live fan feedback in a minute, too. Jordan is such a good interview. I love his segments. I do, too. Jordan's the guy, I'm like, okay, could we do an hour with him?
Yeah.
It'd be so good. The post-game walkthrough was 100% a thank you to the fans, says Jay Stu.
Okay, fair.
Guys, think about how many games you play in baseball. A lot. So when you finally reach the elite point of going to the World Series, hell yeah. Do whatever you want, no dog pile. I'm with Jordan on that. I'm glad to hear him say that. The dog pile is such a stupid celebration. It's dangerous and it's dumb. And I see guys, they've got their teammates piled up on each other, and they come from a running start, dive on top. I mean, what do you think is going to happen to the guy on the bottom? I've been on the bottom.
Can't breathe, can't do anything.
I only made one good play my entire career, and it was an interception to win a game in triple overtime, and I'm on the bottom of the pile, and I had 25 guys on me, dude. I couldn't breathe.
Did you panic a little?
I swear to God, I was scared to death.
Yeah.
It's one of the scariest moments of my life.
Yeah.
Not the way I wanted to finish my night. It sucked. Dog piles are dumb. DJ, I would have been okay with just celebrating beating them. We beat the reigning national champs. That's another good point. 4 games out of 5. In total, that's something to be proud of. And let me say this. When Logan hit that grand slam, Roger doesn't have a big enough mop for me. I don't know what that means, but apparently got really excited about it.
Mop?
Oh,
Lord.
I think I know what you're saying, but that's just exciting. When basketball teams make it to the Final Four, they celebrate and cut down the nets. That's true. They win their regional.
All right, so getting to Omaha is like making it to the Final Four. It's like now getting to the college football playoffs.
Yeah, those are on comp. Those are on par.
Okay.
DJ, you're a party killer. You're banned from Omaha. You're not going anywhere. I will say this. Beating the national champs is not really what they did because every team is so different now year to year. And that's still a really good Tennessee team. The stat was this is the first time since 1957 that no teams in the World Series last year made it back. Since 1957. That is NIL era. That is portal. That is 2025. That's what you're going to get probably more regularly is teams coming year to year and making it that weren't anywhere close. I mean, Texas A&M was the preseason national champ, and again, sometimes things don't go the way you expected, but you got a rebuilt roster. Weird things happen.
Are great for duck clubs, hunting clubs, classrooms, and if you need affordable housing, we have 5 bedrooms for under $110,000. All prices include delivery anywhere in the state, setup underpinning, central heat, and air conditioning. If you have any land problems, no problem. They'll help you find some and help you get the utilities and prep and set up all in the loan. Located in Conway and Bryant, check out the inventory online at hawkshomes.net.
At Mosquito Joe, our passion is making outside fun again. One of the most popular ways of achieving that goal is with a mosquito misting system. Mosquito Joe misting systems can be installed discreetly around your backyard, patio, boat dock, anywhere you're getting bugged.
The really cool thing about Mosquito Joe misting systems is that they mist automatically every day when mosquitoes are most active. And, if I want to, I can operate the system on my phone with a super easy-to-use app.
Mosquito misting systems. Just one more way Mosquito Joe makes outside fun again.
Visit arkansas.mosquitojoe.com.
The Diamond Hogs have their sights set on Omaha. Hear every game along the way on 103.7 The Buzz. Brought to you by Whataburger, Bet Saracen, and Edwards Food Giant.
Game time or play time. We're here all the time.
I wish you had more time.
103.7 The Buzz, KABZ, Little Rock. Buzz News with KARK's Claire Kreitz.
The debate over Jefferson County's budget for 2025 continues. There were dueling meetings about it last night. County Judge Gerald Robinson called one meeting, but 8 justices of the peace staged a walkout to hold their own session. Those justices unanimously overruled the judge's veto of their budget. They say they passed a budget of more than $37 million at a legitimate quorum court meeting and that it will take effect in 10 days. Judge Robinson is questioning the legality of it and is seeking legal advice. An Arkansas company is expanding its footprint in the natural state. Conveyor Technology is adding over 100 new jobs to North Little Rock. The company distributes and repairs drum motors. Now it's opening the only manufacturing center of its kind in the U.S. It'll help create another hub of the technology industry in Arkansas. The $33 million investment is expected to bring in more than $50 million in projected revenue. This is Claire Kreitz for the Buzz Radio Network.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center.
We've got mostly sunny conditions in the forecast for this Tuesday, also feeling less humid, highs today into the low 90s. As we go in for tonight, mostly clear conditions, lows in the mid 60s. A repeat of this as we go in for your Wednesday, mostly sunny conditions, highs in the lower 90s. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Christopher Pipkin.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
It's a tough time. Injured, and it was not your fault. Hurts in the pocketbook, too. Who do you turn to? Don't call a lawyer and find they're out of state or talk with someone at a call center. Call us at the Brad Hendricks Law Firm and talk to a real Arkansas lawyer directly. And remember, the only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. We'll work hard for you. Have for over 30 years. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
With hundreds of vehicles in stock across 6 brands, your next ride is waiting for you at Red River Auto Group. We know that the road ahead is important. Whether it's your daily drive or your next big adventure, the right vehicle makes all the difference. From the reliability of a Toyota to the strength of a Ram truck, we offer vehicles built to last with options for every lifestyle. State-of-the-art technology, unbeatable performance, and the comfort you deserve. It's all waiting for you at Red River. Visit us online at redriverauto.com.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SAND25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SAND25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SAND25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
This is Justin Acri with some exciting news. UAMS Ortho Now is now open at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. If you have an orthopedic injury, sports, work, or anything else, walk in and get the best in orthopedic care. No appointment needed. Ortho Now is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. Conveniently located at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. For more information, call 501-686-TOSH. That's 501-686-8674.
Shipments of spring and summer fashions are arriving at Bell & Sword. That means swimwear from Saks, Peter Noir golf wear and shirts, Johnny O's store within a store. Be sure to check out the Faraday line and Martin Dingman shoes and leather goods. So hurry in for a great value on quality men's clothing at Bell & Sword for your spring and summer items, and you'll look fantastic. Bell & Sword, 1011 Oak Street in downtown Conway on Facebook and Instagram.
It's your captain speaking. To the passenger with the Mirror Fast soft shoes, smart move.
No way am I letting travel constipation ruin this trip.
Can't blame you. Mirror Fast works fast, but without the harsh side effects.
Since I'm such a smart traveler, can I move to first class?
No. Close the curtain, Carol.
From the makers of Miralax, new Mirafast soft chews work naturally with your body in as little as 30 minutes to give you a comfortable go on the go. Look for Mirafast at Walmart today. Use as directed for occasional constipation. Contains magnesium hydroxide.
Progressive knows road trips without your pet can be tough.
Hi, this is Next Stop Dog Boarding.
Hi, it's Scott again. How's Squeaks doing? You can tell if he's stressed by his eyebrows. Oh, and his breathing should sound like this.
Scott, Squeaks is exactly the same as last time you called.
Okay, let's talk in 20 to see if anything's changed.
With Progressive, your pet is covered up to $1,000 in vet bills in case of a car accident. So next time, you can take your pet with you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Coverage for dogs and cats is included with the purchase of collision coverage and subject to policy terms.
Here's another Whataburger DM. Miranda says, it's 2023 and still no Pico Burger. How do we get y'all to pick it back up? Miranda, we totally thought we responded to this. We know it's been a minute or two, but good news, the Pico de Gallo burger is back up. Yep, the 2 fresh beef patties covered with crisp Pico de Gallo, 2 slices of pepper jack and creamy cilantro lime sauce you love is back. And it's all thanks to you. The Pico de Gallo burger is back for a limited time. What a burger!
You're in the zone, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acri and DJ Williams on the Buzz Radio Network.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. Like, he doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. Feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know, but no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Todd's picking it up. Let's go.
Who the hell is he anyway? He never really talks much, never concerned with status, but still leaving him starstruck. Humble through opportunities, given despite the fact that many misjudge him because he makes a living from writing raps. Put it together himself, got a picture connects, never asking for someone's help or to get some respect. He's only focused on what he wrote, his will is beyond reach, and now it all unfolds, the skill of an artist.
This is 20% skill, 80% fear, be 100% clear, cause Ryu was ill. Who would've thought he'd be the one that set the West in flames? And I heard him wreck it with the crystal method, name of the game. Came back, dropped Megadeth, took him to church. I like Bleach, man. Ryu had the stupidest verse, this dude is the truth. Now everybody giving them guest spots and stocks through the roof. I heard him with that stock. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. They call him Ryu, he's sick and he's spitting fire and Mike got him out the dryer, he's hot. Found him in Fort Minor with top, but a fucking nihilist porcupine. He's a the type women wanna be with them rappers. Hope he gets 8 years in the making, patiently waiting to blow. Now the record with your notice taking over the globe. He's got a partner in crime, his is equally dope. You won't believe the kind of that comes out of this kid's throat.
He's not your everyday on the block. He knows how to work with what he's got, making his way to the top. He often gets a comment on his name. People keep asking him, was it given that birth that doesn't stand for an acronym? No, he's living proof. Let him rock in the booth. He'll get you buzzing quicker than a shot of vodka with juice. Him and his crew are known around as one of the best. Dedicated to what they do and give 100%.
Forget Mike, nobody really knows how or why he works so hard. It seems like he's never got time because he writes every note and he writes every line. And I've seen him at work when that light goes on in his mind. It's like a design is written in his head every time before he even touches the key or speaks in a rhyme. And those other fellas he runs with, the kids that he signed, ridiculous, without even trying. How do they do this? Is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember.
The Red White Report is brought to you by Ortho Now, your walk-in solution for orthopedic care at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health.
No, it's pretty cool. I thought it was neat that those guys, were thinking of the fans and all the support they've gotten all year. It's been amazing. The last couple of weekends has been just crazy here. It's been great. It's been talked about nationally, and we have a lot of recruits that are watching, and I'm hoping that they want to be a part of it. And you just it's different here.
That's Dave Van Horn giving a little love to the fans, just like his players did after knocking off Tennessee in the Super Regional over the weekend. Arkansas, the best team left in college baseball. As we talked about yesterday, doesn't mean they're going to win the World Series, but boy, they got a great shot if they can get through LSU in game number 1. And that ain't going to be an easy task by any stretch of the imagination. In my estimation, and I think anybody with half a brain would say, it's the best 2 teams in college baseball that remain playing ball this year.
Is there early weather forecast?
That's a great question, Deej.
Yeah.
Would you like to know?
Yeah.
According to my weather app, which doesn't make it accurate, let me look at the old Omaha. Omaha. Well, somewhere in middle America, how about 88 degrees for the high on Saturday, 67 for the low and sunshine.
Oh, that's Justin Acri prime.
Buddy.
Right there.
And then Monday, for the second game, 90 degrees, sunshine.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah, we off to a nice start. There's some rain forecast on Friday, just a skosh. So hopefully that doesn't impact anything. The good news is if you get a little rain in the second game or one of the games and it impact, you can finish it up in the morning on Saturday before that 1 o'clock first pitch on the next game for the new day. So all good things coming up. Anyway, it's the first time, as we mentioned earlier, since 1957, no teams from the World Series the year before made it back. And Arkansas, of course, is part of that reason because Tennessee was one of those teams. So that was great to advance. And I saw Tony Vitello doing, he's kind of visiting with all the guys after the game. A lot of love being given back and forth. I think there's a mutual respect there. I think we can quit killing Tony Vitello. Look, he's a quirky, unique personality. He's a self-avowed knucklehead. I kind of respect that. Some of his players do some things from an antic standpoint that I don't care for. But I think in general he's not a bad dude. He's a hell of a baseball coach. So I think maybe we put that to bed soon.
Why do I keep hearing the thing? I know we talked about Hobbs, but every time I hop on social media, people say, this sounds like a guy who's getting ready for his next job. Is there a part of our fan base who would want that?
I think there's a part of our fan base. I would listen. If Dave Van Horn retired tomorrow, that would suck because he's going to miss the World Series. But if he retired after the World Series, say they win a national title and he walks away, I would have zero issue with him hiring Tony Vitello.
Yeah.
Zero. Now,
Same
I'd
with
also
Matt
be
Hobbs,
fine with
too,
Matt
right?
Hobbs. Yeah. There's probably some other guys. Wes Johnson comes back from Georgia. He's done a hell of a job over there, former Razorback pitching coach. I got no issue with that.
Okay.
I mean, they won't hire Chris Curry. I mean, I don't care. I like Chris Curry, too.
Can't miss with that one, right?
No, there's a lot of good dudes.
Too many good options.
There's a lot of good options. Anyway, so that game time, again, has been set for those who missed it. Arkansas and LSU, 6 o'clock, Saturday night.
Is Arkansas – what's the Alabama or Texas coaching job in baseball? Like,
what do you mean?
In football, like if you get offered Alabama, it's like a no-brainer.
I think the Texas coaching job in baseball is Texas.
You know what I mean?
They're really good.
Like
no, I mean they were number one they were the number 1 or 2 seed, I guess, behind Vanderbilt.
They're the Alabama, Texas.
I mean, they got the long story
Texas
history.
Would be it.
Yeah,
and so like any coach would love to be there.
I think Texas, LSU,
Arkansas's got to be up there, right?
100%.
Top 5
for sure, 100%. I think Texas, LSU, Arkansas are the first ones that come to mind. Who am I missing? There's somebody obvious, probably. I mean, look, Texas A&M would be a great job. Schlossnickel doesn't think so. Kicked him to the curb, went to Texas.
Texas is so good of a job that he left Texas A&M to go there.
Yes. I mean, look, that says a lot about Texas. I mean, really, it doesn't say there's nothing wrong with Texas A&M.
Is Tennessee up there, or they just had a little streak?
They've had a streak. I don't think of Tennessee in that same realm as a program or a job, but they did win the national title, so there you go. The series, by the way, starts with Coastal Carolina, Arizona. And look, everybody's riding this Coastal Carolina Chanticleers thing, and it's a great story. And they have some history. They won a national title.
Not too long ago, right?
It's like 2015, something like that.
Give me the cats. Hey. Give me the cats.
We need a dog.
I think Wildcats going to give them all they want.
Okay.
Oregon State, Louisville's the other one on game 2. And I think Oregon State's the best team on that side of the bracket. That's my opinion. And then UCLA, Murray State's the early game on Sunday. Arkansas, LSU to follow. If Arkansas wins, they will play Monday at 6. If they lose, they'll play Monday at 1. The big advantage is, again, you don't play Tuesday. If you win, you get in the winner's bracket. You don't play again until Wednesday. So
I feel like Arizona is the least talked about.
100%. They were the upset, right? And they are, again.
Who did they upset to get in?
They beat. I don't remember. Look at that for me. But those Pac-12 teams, there was a big story today about these former Pac-12, like UCLA, now in the Big Ten, they're in. Arizona's moved in as a Big 12 member now. So these Western...
North Carolina.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they went over in...
Durham.
No. Durham lost at home last night.
That's Duke.
Yeah.
North Carolina's Chapel Hill.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. Both of them. Both of
Both
them
of them were hosting Super Regions?
Yes, and both of them not.
Aren't they, like, right next to each other?
Murray State won at Duke.
Yeah.
Very close.
They're pretty close, like 30 minutes away, right?
Yeah. When we went to Duke with UCA, we drove over there. And I think they're trying to work on
How big are the towns that they're in?
I don't know what the population of Chapel Hill and maybe Pat does. Let's talk to Pat about it.
He's the all-time leader in three-pointers made in Arkansas. He's played professionally in Denmark and France. He was once a co-host of The Zone, but now he's big time with the SEC Network. He's wicked smart at basketball. He's Pat Bradley.
Bradley off a screen for three. Is he going to miss? He's been terrific in this first half.
The Shooter is brought to you by River City Flooring. Whether it's tile, vinyl, laminate, hardwood, or carpet, River City Flooring has a wide range of options and exactly the right price for you. For more info, go to rivercityflooringinc.com.
And there he is on the Jim's Razorback Pizza Hotline, the old tile man himself, Pat Bradley. What's wrong? You all right?
Yeah, I'll tell you a break.
Can't wait for that. What's up, PB?
Oh, nothing much.
Talked a lot about...
Enjoying a little college baseball.
Oh, baby. Are you going to Omaha?
Excitement is there. No. I wish.
You get the SEC Network to kick in for you. Send you over there.
Yeah, that's one of the trips I think we all got to make at some point, right?
Yeah, if you've never done Omaha, you should absolutely do it. It is a phenomenal environment. It is so centrally located. It is so easy to move about. It's expensive from a hotel standpoint, but other than that, it's a really great trip. So there you go.
Is the stadium kind of like in the middle of a downtown? Or
It is. Yep.
So you can walk pretty much everywhere.
100%. It's outstanding.
There you go.
I love it. What's going on with you?
Oh, nothing much. Just trying to keep a little eye on some Major League Baseball. We have the Sox, Yankees. We've got NBA draft coming up.
Sox caught up the number one prospect yesterday.
Yeah, finally. That's been I don't know. They've been dragging their feet. They're pretty disappointing this year, the Red Sox. So anything they can do to hype up the fan base, they need to start doing it.
Pat, do you have any idea how big Chapel Hill and Durham are? I'm looking them up now. Okay.
How much the what?
How big Chapel Hill and Durham are? They both hosted NCAA regionals. Both of them lost, of course, so that's a bummer for them, but I'll just tell you.
That I do not know.
Okay. Durham's just shy of $300,000.
Wow, that's pretty
way
big.
bigger than I thought.
Yeah.
Chapel Hill is $62,000.
Pretty small.
Yeah, it's a nice college town. We went over there when we were
Chapel.
in
Durham is. I think Duke is just really a small part of like that community, right? Like, is it?
Say what now?
It's really just a small part of that community.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously there's a lot more to Durham than just Duke. So,
yeah, watching that 30 for 30, that documentary, Fantastic Lives, is that what it was? Lacrosse Duke team.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh, you got to see that. Oh man, if you get a chance, it'd be perfect for you to catch up with that. You remember that whole story with the lacrosse?
Yes.
I mean, it was a brutal story, but they kind of get into a little bit of the city of Durham and, where Duke is obviously such a upper level private university. It's sort of like the city of Durham and Duke's.
Did you watch the end?
Somewhat clash a little bit.
Yeah, I need to see it. Did you watch the end of the Arkansas-Tennessee game, Pat? Did you see the baseball? Yeah.
Yeah, I was flicking, pretty much back and forth, and I forget what else was on that night, but I was going back and forth, keeping an eye on the boys.
I know you watched Carlos Alcaraz take care of business, too. Christian, do we have a question of the day yet today? Because I have an idea if not.
Yeah, we did. We were going to say, do you have the field or the SEC again in College World Series?
Do you have the field or the SEC, which means you get LSU and Arkansas or
Two
everybody
teams
else?
versus 6 teams, yeah.
Yep. What do you think there, Patrick?
I'm going with the SEC. I think it's, we've talked a lot about DVH, Coach Van Horn, and how close he's been. I think this is, we'll go with it. LSU, Hogs. Of course, we're going Hogs. So this is the year for it.
I think so, too. The second question of the day, which will be tomorrow's question of the day, Pat. Do you think that Arkansas's celebration with the fans was too much, just right, or they should have dogpiled?
I don't know. The dog pile thing, I'm not a big dog pile guy. I'm not a big dog pile
Thank
guy.
you. I am not either, and neither is Jordan Wicks. We're all on the same page here. I'm so glad somebody finally said it. It's a dumb celebration.
It's sort of, I don't know. I mean, it just seems like few things can go wrong. I could see how things could go sideways quickly, And listen, we've all had dog pile situations, when we were younger.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I don't know about anybody who enjoyed being on the bottom of the dog pile.
Yeah, let me say this. Let me say this. It's only fun for the guy on top. Make up your own jokes, okay?
Yeah, if you're the one that can jump as high as you can and land right on top of everybody else.
Yeah.
Outside of that, not good. Not fun.
It's like Everest. If you're on top, it's great.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Anyway. Okay, NBA Finals, Patrick. We've got Game 3 tomorrow.
How about that? How about Indiana, huh?
What a surprising win.
They're fun. They are fun to watch.
Do you think they'll win another game, yes or no?
I do.
Okay.
Do. I won't be surprised if they, we talk a lot about the mental advantage, and you see it so much in basketball, probably more than any other sport, just because it is a 7-game series, and especially you win that first game, and I think it's just human nature to where you feel like, okay, we stole one. We're ahead. Even you split 1-1. I mean, you don't like to see that. You hope they can fight that mentality and come back in Game 2. And but I think they come back and win Game 3. But ultimately, I think OKC. Now it looks like OKC is going to have to win in 7.
No, I think they're going to win in 5.
Wow, you got them in 5.
I think this is. I told Christian. I think this is like the Philly series with the Lakers, when Iverson and Eric Snow and those guys won first game and then they got smoked the rest of the way.
I think there's a
they certainly do.
Yeah, there's a couple ways this could go. If OKC wins Game 3, I think it's over.
Yeah, I agree.
I tend to think they win in 5. If they lose Game 3, I think it ends up going 6.
Well, Pat McAfee's going to be in the house. I'm just saying. So for whatever that's worth, that's going to be worth at least 2 points. Let me ask you.
That's the thing. Like, Indiana reminds me of a team that almost has no memory. Like, they could lose Game 3, come back and win Game 4 and Game 5. I just feel like that they're such a loose team. They don't feel like, it doesn't seem like that they put unnecessary pressure on themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they can put a game behind them, even if they did get their doors blown off.
Yeah.
And come back and give another great performance.
Let me ask you this. If you're Indiana and they offer to sit SGA, but the game has to start 25-0, do you take it?
Again, no. Play SGA. I think Indiana, I look at them as sort of like how sometimes you get a young team that doesn't, they don't feel the pressure because they've never been there and they don't know what it's supposed to feel like.
Mm-hmm.
I look at them like that.
Okay.
Couldn't you say that could be OKC as well, since they're actually younger than the Pacers?
I think OKC is a little more refined and defined. I think they're a more refined team overall, just with the pieces that they have and well-balanced. And I think everyone's roles are more defined. With Indiana, I mean, you could have – I mean, the lineup that they had at the end of the game was I don't think they had a guy over 6'8" on the team on the floor. So it's sort of almost an undefined type team.
OKC has not. If they win Game 3, OKC has not lost back-to-back games since November. So if they win Game 3, it would take the Pacers having to win 2 games in a row to win the series at some point.
To do that.
So that's why I think if they win Game 3, it's basically over.
Okay. I'll give you that.
And that's a sign of a team that is, you can look at the birth dates, but you could still be a mature young team.
Mature young team. Yeah, I'll give you that. All right, you're a mature young man, Pat. I appreciate the time today. Thank you to our friends at River City, Florida.
Boys.
Yeah, love you too. Hope to see you in Omaha. I think the Hogs made the championship series. You got to come.
Bet. Let's do it.
Witness. All right, cool. We'll talk to you next week.
Boys, ciao.
See you, buddy. Pat Bradley on the Jim's Razorback Pizza Hotline. Thank you, River City Flooring. This is from the 940. Dog piles look awesome, plus it's a baseball tradition. Yeah, but they're stupid. So
sometimes traditions can be dumb.
How many dog pile injuries have there been? Some. It's not common, I admit. But I will tell you this again, as someone who's been in one, it's super not fun. It sucks. Justin is attended the final year at Rosenblatt. How does a new stadium compare? Rosenblatt was awesome. I loved Rosenblatt, but I like Charles Schwab too. I think they're both great.
How long have they been at Charles Schwab?
Several years now. I don't know. You have to go back and look. I'm not sure. This guy's not a big Pat Bradley fan. I'm not even going to read that, but that's mean. Ron from Pine Bluff. He's a character. You still have games to play. Focus on reality. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's cool. Oregon State's legit too, says this person. Geez, 10-minute intro, LOL. DJ and I were talking about some things. Sorry.
Yeah, happens.
Yeah, I think Oregon State's really dangerous on the other side. How many losses did Tennessee have this year, and how many were from Arkansas? Well, Arkansas gave them 4. Arkansas was 4-1 against them. So I don't know how many they had. Probably about as many as Arkansas did. They had close to the same record, I think. They probably lost about 15, 16 games, something like that.
They were 46-19 on the year.
46-19. From the 501, Jason says, you heard it here first. DVH and the Hogs cap off a 10-0 run to end the season in dominating fashion, a season that included a sweep of their oldest rival, Texas, super sweep of their modern-day nemesis, and a sweep of their oldest SEC rival, LSU in Omaha. In a series rematch for the ages, DVH and the Hogs get the ultimate redemption against the Beavs to win DVH and the Hogs their first natty. I hope you're right. That would be fantastic. I'd love that. I bet Dave would, too. It is the only piece missing for Dave. I mean, he's got all the accolades. And you look at what he's done in his career, just about everything but win a natty. He is the active leader in appearances in the College World Series. He was tied with Kevin O'Sullivan, who took the Gators back-to-back in 23 and 24. They've never gone longer than 3 years between trips to Omaha. 09, 12, 15, 18, 19, 22. 12 College World Series appearances, tied for second most by a program that has not won the championship. Florida State, 24. Never won.
That was Mike Martin, right?
Mm-hmm. God bless.
That's
and God rest.
That's his comp, right? Right now, since he hasn't won?
Yeah, I guess. North Carolina and Clemson have 12 apiece, and they have not won one either. So,
if he doesn't win, I think it's okay. Because we can say we at least celebrated that super regional like heck, you know? That was a good time. So it's like a win-win, you know?
I feel like I need to give you the whole next week off because you're bad juju.
I'm just messing with you.
I don't think this is a laughing matter. I take this very seriously.
You locked in?
Well, there's not a coach at Arkansas that I want to see win more than Dave Van
God
Horn.
forbid I take it seriously and say, okay, I'm sorry I'm not super excited about the regionals. I think the goal is a national championship with this roster that we have. But the second I say that, jeez Louise, DJ's a Debbie Downer. You're moving the goalposts.
I am. Don't use my words against
you
me.
You big goalpost mover.
I am not moving the goalposts. No, getting there is a major accomplishment. You can celebrate to a certain degree.
Yeah, fair.
I mean,
but I want him to win a national championship.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Did the handlers of journalism celebrate the Kentucky Derby?
I couldn't tell you.
They did.
Okay.
They did. You know what they did? They came back and they won the Belmont too.
Yeah.
They didn't just quit, or they didn't have a bad performance in another Triple Crown
Does
race.
the horse celebrate?
Didn't the winner of the the Kentucky Derby not even race for the Triple Crown?
Yeah, true. Should have.
What are we talking about?
But he won the 2 Triple Crown races he ran.
Yeah. He got paid too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not journalism.
Sovereignty.
Yeah, sovereignty. Journalism won the Preakness.
There we go.
Was second in the other 2.
Gotcha.
So he had a really good run.
Yeah.
I would almost make the McFadden argument. Like being a runner-up twice and winning the other one is almost more impressive than winning 2 of them and not running in the other one.
Yeah.
Like I think Darren McFadden going back-to-back in the Heisman is almost more impressive than winning 1.
Ooh.
He would rather have won 1, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But it is amazing to have 2 years like that where you're number 2. And we can all agree he should have won at least 1.
Yeah.
Anyway. For those of you who played for too long and have a lot of nagging injuries, or somebody who didn't play much but tweaked something, I know where you go. You go see our friends at Ortho Now. That is the walking clinic from the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital and UAMS Health. 8 to 8 Monday through Friday, 8 to noon on Saturday. They are located in the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. Don't wait in pain. Walk in today. 501-686-TOSH if you want to call ahead. It's 501-686-8674. But there's no reason to call. Just show up there and be like, hey, back's jacked, neck's jacked, ankle's jacked up. Hurt my elbow very badly. I'm about to go see one of their folks for some carpal tunnel. Bottom line is, if you got issues, go see them. 8 to 8, it's a walking clinic. Fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons, on-site x-rays. They're going to make sure you are taken care of, folks. It is Ortho Now at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital, right in the middle of town, just off I-630.
Floyd's Seafood, Keel Avenue in Sherwood. It's crawfish season, and Floyd's has live Louisiana Cajun crawfish. Place your order by 2 p.m. Thursday for weekend boils. Floyd'sMeatandSeafood.com.
This is Sports Center.
The field for the College World Series is set as Murray State beat Duke 5-4 to advance to their first ever trip to Omaha last night. No team that made the College World Series in 2024 returned in 2025. It's the first time that has happened since 1957. With the field being set, game times have also been announced. Arkansas will take on LSU at 6 on Saturday. The Razorbacks won the regular season series 2-1. In Arkansas basketball news, Arkansas will once again be playing in another high-profile non-conference game. Last year they played at Madison Square Garden. This year the game will be at Barclays Arena in New Jersey on December 20th. This year's opponent will be national title runner-up Houston. It's the third confirmed non-conference game on the schedule. I'm Christian Weaver with the Buzz Radio Network.
This is Pat Bradley for River City Flooring. Are you needing new flooring or a custom shower today, but need time to pay for it? Come see my friends at River City Flooring in Maumelle and get up to 48 months to pay for your new flooring or bathroom remodel. They carry the largest selection of waterproof flooring, carpet, tile, hardwood, and granite countertops. Come in for the huge spring sale. Get up to 48 months to pay for your new flooring, 0% financing. Sale ends soon, so don't wait.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. American hero Harry Stewart Jr. served the cause of freedom as one of the Tuskegee Airmen. He flew 43 missions in 1944 and 45, taking on German Luftwaffe fighters. He was awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross, cited for having gallantly engaged, fought, and defeated the enemy, with no regard for his personal safety. Stewart's life, which stretched out to 100 years, reminds us that heroes come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. You've got to try Double B's Bean to Cup coffee. You select your favorite roast, and the machine goes to work and makes it just the way you like it. Incredible. Double B's. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go for coffee. That's Double B's.
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did? Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, Not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
See shelter agent Madison Buse in England, Matt Cooper in Russellville, or Todd Session in Morrilton today.
This is Justin Acri with some exciting news. UAMS Ortho Now is now open at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital, UAMS Health. If you have an orthopedic injury, sports, work, or anything else, walk in and get the best in orthopedic care. No appointment needed. Ortho Now is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. Conveniently located at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. For more information, call 501-686-TOSH. That's 501-686-8674.
Welcome to Moe's. Hey guys, this is Brandon with Moe's Southwest Grill. We welcome you in for the freshest Tex-Mex you'll find outside of your own garden. Check us out on Moe Mondays, where we have bowls and burritos starting at $7.99. And remember, your kids always eat free with us on Sundays. Let Moe's cater your next event. Schedule online at Moe's.com. And while you're there, download our app for weekly specials. Stop by anytime, where you'll always get the freshest Tex-Mex, and you'll always hear us say, welcome to Moe's.
You're back in the zone. You want to get into the show but too busy to call? Message us on our live fan feedback or text us on our text line at 501-661-1037.
Yes, indeed. 11:37. DJ Williams still be hating. Christian Weaver and Justin Acri. We're glad to be with you today. Hey, let's turn our attention to something else. Softball.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
But Texas, congrats, wins the national championship. How about these numbers? The Game 3, the deciding game, averaged 2.4 million viewers. It's the most watched collegiate softball game ever, and they peaked at 2.7 million. So I think people have caught on to the fact that softball is a great television sport. It really is good on TV, I think. It's really, really good on TV. So,
also,
congrats.
Bree Ellis had her first RBI the other day. And the
BRI had her first RBI?
That's right. And the AUSL, it is the Athletes Unlimited Softball League.
You don't even know, man.
They start that so fast.
So fast.
It's been like 2 weeks.
She plays for the Talons.
Where are they out of?
They are out of...
Just come on, stop it.
Good question.
How many professional softball leagues are there?
This was their first. This was it. This is year one.
This is their UFL year?
Yeah, this is year one.
Well, when they make it, let me know.
XFL year?
I don't want to hate, because I want Bree to do well. I'm glad that she's getting an opportunity to play professionally, but
I would love for softball to be able to be sustainable professionally. I just don't know if it is.
It never has been, so I don't know why we think it's going to start now. Now, look, when the Olympics roll around, cool. I just don't think the average...
sucks for the athletes.
It is a bummer that you can't... I mean, really, it's basketball or nothing, right? Gymnastics you can do professionally, like on an exhibition level.
Olympic level, yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure people still get paid to do that kind of stuff.
Chattanooga, Tennessee?
Chattanooga?
We don't actually care. He's just making conversation.
Oh, okay.
I mean, let's be real. Like, nobody's going to watch this.
Hard to find.
You going to seek it out?
Yeah, where is it? Where can I watch
Chattanooga?
these games?
You know, you should know where Chattanooga is.
No, I meant where can I watch?
Where do we watch?
Yeah, I know. I know I'm being a hater.
It was aired. I saw the hit.
Hooray.
Was it in black and white?
Was it on? It was probably on Flow
Grainy?
Sports. It's on Flow Sports. I'm sorry. I got to draw a line somewhere.
Okay. That's it. Done.
Like, yeah. I mean, I want her to do well. I hope she does great.
Yeah.
But, like,
I hope
no.
she's the MVP of the AUSL.
Softball thing.
Awesome.
The 2025 U.S. Open is coming up. I think that's pretty relevant. People care about that. Scotty Scheffler is your overwhelming favorite, plus 280, according to the information I'm looking at. I haven't talked to Zach about odds, but we didn't talk about that. And he can go through some of that tonight at our event. Bryson DeChambeau is your second pick at the U.S. Open?
Was he second in the Masters?
Sounds reasonable.
I think he was.
I only remember first place teams.
Rory.
Rory won. He's won some stuff. He is 11-1. You give me Rory at 11-1 all day. Now, Rory's got a little issue. John Rahm, by the way, Xander Schauffele. Colin Morikawa next, 25-1. Rory's got a little issue with his driver. He did not play well last week, and he was in the Canadian Open. But I will say this. He probably wasn't that motivated to play in the Canadian Open. He missed the cut by 12 shots. He shot 78 on Friday, which, heck, I almost shot that on Friday.
You played?
No.
Oh.
Played. Well, I played one day. I did not get more close 78. No. Did not play well.
Is the PGA, it's like you have to do a certain amount of opens or something like that?
No,
or
I think
you just play the...
You can't just play the majors. I'm sure there's a certain number you have to play. Remember, that was one of the things about the guys going to live. They said, we don't want to play all these tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, he said his round concerns me and what professional golfer wouldn't be, it says here, after carding a quadruple bogey and one double bogey and 4 other bogeys with just 2 birdies. You don't want to shoot high scores like the one I did today. Still, I felt like I came here, obviously, with a new driver thinking that sort of was going to be good and solve some of the problems off the tee, but it didn't. His driver has been the point of emphasis since the PGA Championship last month, where it was leaked that he had a non-conforming driver that was unusable after pre-tournament testing. Scheffler won that week, of course. Also had a non-conforming driver. His name was not publicly known, but they're acting like something's different because his name got out and his didn't. It's like they didn't get to play with it.
Yeah. Was he using this driver at the Masters when he won?
I don't know. Maybe.
Why's he got to switch drivers?
Okay. They said it's non-conforming. In what way, I don't know. I don't know the details. I'm sure Trey Schaap could probably break it down for you.
0.1 inches longer than it needs to be or whatever?
Yeah, it's not – they wouldn't have shaft length, I wouldn't think, is an issue. I don't know what it is exactly. But regardless, my point is Rory should be able to take my driver out of my bag and go out and shoot even par, I think.
Yeah, 12 unders. Aggressive.
Not 12 under, 12 shots off the cut.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if he was 12 shots off the lead and missed the cut or if he was 12 shots from missing. It reads as he missed the cut by 12 shots. So that means he was 12 shots behind the last guy to make the cut. That's horrific.
That's awful.
It's hard to believe, too. But regardless, I don't know. I just can't imagine there's not a driver out there that Rory can make himself happy with. Seems weird to me.
His driving, forgive me, it's not his strength, right?
Rory?
Yeah.
He's literally the best driver on tour.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's the best. He averages like 317 yards.
His stature, I wouldn't guess.
I know he's a small guy, but he hits it a mile. He's the best driver on tour.
Okay.
When you combine accuracy and length, I don't think there's much debate. He's usually the longest guy, if not one of the longest. Now, if Bryson DeChambeau was still on tour, he might be number 1. By the way, got odds for Arkansas and LSU. Thank you, Zach. Arkansas is minus 121 on the money line.
Ooh.
LSU is minus 108. This is at Oaklawn. Run line, Arkansas plus 1.5. LSU's minus 1.5. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, because the odds. I see. That's weird. Arkansas is favored, but the run line is LSU minus 1.5 and Arkansas plus 1.5 at minus 186 though, which means you can get a run and a half with Arkansas, but you have to bet 186 to win 100. This is where odds are confusing to me. Those are interesting odds, Zach. We'll have to talk about that tonight. My buddy Chris says Rory might be the best driver ever.
Okay.
I think that's fair. He's been one of the. Well, that's okay.
I don't know anything about it.
Well, I mean, look, there's a lot of stuff we don't know about. It's okay. He is definitely one of the elites of all time. Let's check in on our friends at the Whit Davis Lumber Plus text line.
What they talking about?
Or live fan feedback. Excuse me, not text line. Jackson says, did you have your talk with Justin yet on his wording and how he speaks about gambling to the ladies?
What do you mean?
I don't know. Did you guys say something about the way I talk to ladies and gambling?
Oh, yeah. I was talking about how we're going to approach this thing tonight.
Well, what are we going to do?
I said you can't Dang, how do I say this without sounding rude?
Carefully, probably.
Oh, I got to be careful.
You would say dumbing down. But what you want to say is we're going to simplify it and make it a little more efficient.
Yeah.
That's
like,
the way to do
I
it.
remember last year when you said, okay, let's just explain the spread,
Yeah.
-9.5. So this one, you're going to see Texas Tech is the dog, 9.5 dog in this one. They would stop you and say,
what's a dog?
What's a dog?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say this year I'm going to go, look, I'm going to talk to you like your children. You think that'll go over well?
Maybe.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
That's what I would say. If it were me, I would say, explain this to me like I'm just now learning English.
Again,
you know what I mean?
I agree. That's what you need to do. We do need to start from the very beginning. You remember in the old days, like the John Wooden would show his guys the first thing at practice, how to put your socks on, right?
Yeah.
Or there was another coach, maybe it was the Lombardi, he would start the first practice and be like, this is a football. You know, like you go from the very basics and then work your way up.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you don't say dog. That's kind of a short term for underdog. There's two things. There's a favorite, team that's favored to win, and an underdog, the team that is not expected to win.
Mm-hmm.
That is why we have a point spread to even that gap for wagering purposes. That's a good way to start.
Yeah.
We didn't do that last year.
You know what I've learned, too, is picking teams or players that resonates with that demographic. Like Ebony, if you were to said, okay, think about this.
What demographic is she in?
She would say, all right, if you were to like.
You mean
all right,
females?
Yeah, before this.
Or pageant winners?
No, what they're into. Like, okay, take a look at this. We're going to look at player props, Travis Kelce. You know, ooh, I know him.
Yeah.
Is he going to have 2 touchdowns or 1? Be like, they're going to think, is Taylor there?
Does this mean I can talk about Josh Allen because his.
Hey, we
I don't know if a lot of people know that, you know?
That they're
They
together?
just got married last week.
I know,
right?
but I don't think a lot of. Most women, I think, would be like, the not sports fan would try to figure out who's Josh Allen.
The other day.
They would.
I guess I'm dating a sports
I don't-
fan, so it's
yeah, I
different.
don't
She
think
goes,
he-
you know,
he's
that's
not
Josh
as-
Allen's wife. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
I did.
He's not as notable as Patrick Mahomes.
I'll be honest, I didn't know who she was. I know her name. I do not know her as an actress, but I saw her. She was great in Sinners.
Yeah.
Because you never watched True Grit, right?
Never have seen it. Either one, which is embarrassing. This is from Rusty. Then we got to hit a break. Maybe if DJ had caught that ball in the Sugar Bowl, the team would have gone in the stands to celebrate.
Oh, I wish.
Is Stan going to call this week, or is he waiting to see the outcome of the LSU game? You know.
He called last week, and he gave us the same. They ain't going to do it. And somebody did say, Stan, where you at?
Yeah. I can't. The first thing I'm going to say on Monday morning after Arkansas wins the championship on Sunday.
We're going to go find Stan.
Stan, bring your BS
up here
to 501-661-1037. I'm going to be in Omaha, so I don't want to talk to him. I ain't going to be able to see him, but he needs to call in and be a man. This is from Lewis. I was all for it at first, but when I think about it, like the basketball tourney, if a 16 beats a 1, they should get their bracket. If you were to reseed them, the underdog would have to play another good team, and that would kill the underdogs. I don't care about the underdogs. I'm rooting for a favorite.
Yeah, we're just talking about reseeding once it gets to Omaha.
If Texas and Vandy were still in, we'd be fine with LSU, just the way it played out. I don't think you should reseed. No. You have 2 top 8 seeds playing each other. The only 2 top 8 seeds that are left, right? Other than, is Oregon State a top 8?
I'm not sure.
I think they are. I don't think that's right. Like, I don't think it's good. Anyway, but it's fine. Listen, here's a good thing. If Arkansas wins it, they're in great shape. What did I do here? I think I just broke this thing. Anyway, we got to hit a break. We got Eli Cranor coming up after the break. Susan Erwin Prowse coming in last hour with some entertainment options for those of you who are not just going to be locked in on baseball. Somebody deleted these comments. Hey, Rusty, you sent something else in. I'm sorry about that. About my driver. I don't know that I want to read it anyway. It looked like it was offensive, but anyway. We got to hit a break. We come back. We'll talk to Eli Cranor. Got a new book for you. Stick around.
We're standing along the diving board at the family pool at the Little Rock Racket Club where Jay Harley is about to do a special dive just for all of you radio listeners. Jay, what are you about to do?
Cannonball!
Just an example of how much fun you and your family are going to have. Not necessarily doing a radio commercial, but loving the summer. Little Rock Racket Club with 30% off the joining fee and more smiles per gallon. Oh, perfect!
The games are on, the food's delicious, and here you are always part of the team. Welcome to Walk-On Sports Bistro, where every day is game day. Whether it's a post-win celebration, drinks after work, or taking the fam for some made-from-scratch favorites. Walk-On's is your go-to for good times, craft beer, and cocktails. And bold flavors for fans of all ages, from melty mozzarella logs to Hall of Fame level burgers. Stop by today or order online in the app. Walk-On Sports Bistro. Game on.
Hi folks, it's Chris Zender here at Frank Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood. Last month our Employee Pricing Plus program was a huge success, so we're going to do it again in June. Employee pricing means you pay what we pay, and you get all the rebates. Everybody qualifies for employee pricing. No gimmicks, no hoops to jump through. Only at Fletcher Dodge do we have discounts up to $14,000 off trucks and finance rates as low as 1.9% for 72 months. Come in today and get employee pricing plus 3.9% financing for 72 months on all new Ram trucks. New Jeep Wranglers up to $7,000 off. And the all new Jeep Compass 4-wheel drive for only $379 a month. And that's with no money down. And again, don't worry about your credit. Go to FletcherCredit.com to get pre-approved in minutes. At Fletcher Dodge, you always get the best price, the lowest finance rate, and more for your trade. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood before you buy anywhere else. Come see us in person at Fletcher Dodge on Warden Road in Sherwood or shop online at FletcherDeals.com.
They say you never get a second chance to make a first impression, and that's your home and your business. So if your business needs a touch-up, call CertaPro Painters and let them handle the job for you. They provide excellent workmanship, quality, and a worry-free process for both residential and commercial spaces, all at the right price. You've got to focus on your business. Let them focus on your painting. Schedule your free estimate today at CertaPro.com. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Get your estimate scheduled today at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Wes Moore. The Diamond Hogs are headed to Omaha, and coming up Tuesday on Out of Bounds, we'll talk about the matchup against LSU and take a look at the entire field headed to Omaha. Plus, we'll talk a little NBA and Razorback raffle with Coach Z. Matt Zimmerman will join us. Big show coming up Tuesday. Be sure to join us. We'll be here from 1 to 4 for Out of Bounds.
The Zone in the Oaklawn Hot Springs studio is back. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort. Now, let's see what Justin Acri and DJ Williams have to say on the Buzz Radio Network.
Sugar and spice. Right of the right. Never had a feeling so nice. No girl. I want to tell the world. I found me a girl. Sweeter than sweet. That's how I feel. Never had a feeling so real.
It's 11:52. Sunshine, good day, let's do it. There's a chance of some rain later in the week, and if you're stuck inside, what do you want to do? Get a nice book. Exactly, good answer.
Yes.
Eli Cranor joining us on the Jim's Razorback Pizza Hotline, talking about books. Eli, what's up?
Talking about books, man. What's up?
Eli, where are you on the dog pile? Yes or no?
What dog pile?
Any dog
Check
pile.
me
How
out.
do you feel about dog piles in general? After a celebration,
Dog pile,
a celebratory dog pile.
It's always risky. It always makes me clench a little bit.
Yep.
I'm always a little hesitant coming from the coaching days.
Yep.
I've seen the injury. I've seen it go down, go the hammy or the ankle, and it always makes me clench.
I thought I was going to die at the bottom of one when I was in high school. I had 30 dudes on top of me, and it was not fun. As I said earlier, like, it's only fun for the dude on top. It's not any fun for the guy on the bottom who's, like, struggling to breathe. It is awful. There's nothing fun about that.
There's nothing fun about being the bottom guy at the dog pile. Not at all.
All right, let's talk about King of Ashes. And this is a book we don't know, but an author that we do.
Yeah. Oh, Sean Cosby, man. It goes by the writer name, S.A. Cosby. Sean Andre Cosby. You might have heard him. He came on, I think he came on Wes's show in the afternoon when he was in town. He was in town last October. And then Sean is a good buddy of mine out of Virginia. I've talked about some of his books in the past.
But he's really just become really about the biggest name in this kind of thriller, Southern thriller, at least in the new school of this stuff. He's got this new book is out today. It's called King of Ashes. And it just comes out today. And I sent y'all the list of all. I don't have it on my phone from all the things that has been praised in this book. I'm pretty sure Steven Spielberg has optioned the film rights. So it's huge. In the short version of the book, it's basically like a Southern Godfather. And it takes place, this main character, Roman Carruthers, comes back to a small town in Virginia. And his father, who runs the family crematorium, has been had a suspicious car accident. And then things get going off from there. What makes this book, one of the writerly maxims that we always talk about, be it in a creative writing course at Arkansas Tech, or if you're talking with your editor, writing a new novel, one thing they always talk about is write what you know. And Sean does that so well, writing about the South, writing about Virginia. But this book has added even another level to that. And it's that his wife, Miss Kim, who also came and stayed with us when he was in town in the fall, she owns and runs a crematorium. So, the first time I ever met Sean was doing an interview. I was interviewing him. And he just ghosted me. No call, no show, nothing. I was kind of pissed. I was like, man, what's going on? And the next day, I get the best email that you could have ever gotten in terms of why you didn't show up. It was because there had been an accident on the highway. And he literally said, hey, man, sorry, I was having to wrangle some of these dead bodies.
Oh, my gosh.
What is this guy talking about?
Wow.
So, yeah, man, he is as big as it gets, and I'm so excited. This book seems to be getting all the hype already.
I love it.
So, yeah, King of Ashes.
King of Ashes. I will tell you, it's funny. I just got back from the beach, and I was driving down 98, on the way to Sandestin.
Yeah.
And there's a crematorium on 98. I don't think you need to be in a high-profile Beach Avenue location with a crematorium. It seems like it's got to be a really valuable piece of property that maybe you could put your crematorium somewhere else. Although I will say the logistics of moving a place where you cook bodies is maybe not as easy as I think it is. I don't know how they found that.
Was it like advertising up for it, Justin? Was it like...
It just had a big sign up like Bob Jones, crematorium or whatever it's called. But I just thought it was an odd place. Like you'd expect to see a shop in there for like, boogie boards or, maybe like an ice cream store.
Ron John Surf Shop.
Ron John, yes.
Crematorium.
And crematorium.
Your sprinkles.
And laundromat.
Your sprinkles here. Yeah, we will dust that stuff. Man, I'll give you 2 for 1 today. There's another great book called The Undertaking. It came out 10 or 15 years ago, but it's a guy who runs like a funeral service in this small town like northeast, like up in the northeast. And it opens, I'll never forget the opening line. Every year, I marry a couple hundred of my fellow townsfolk. Like, that's how it opens up. People, and I know it's a business. I know it's a service, that people have to, but it's a whole other world. Yep, so that's it. That's all I got.
What's it called again?
King of Ashes.
King of Ashes. No, the other book, it's called?
The Undertaking.
The Undertaking. Okay, we'll check them both out. You like death? Yeah. You like the macabre?
You like it? Yeah.
We're here for you. Eli, thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
All right, guys. See ya.
All right. See you later. 11:58.
Founded by the dynamic music duo Cliff and Susan Prowse, Big Red Dog Productions, your gateway to music excellence, offering music production, artist development, with a proven track record of award-winning events. From recording the songs you've written to learning how to book and play crowd-engaging shows, their Entertainers Academy can ignite your music career. Visit BigRedDogProductions.com. Your path to a full-time music career awaits.
Through the end of the month, shop the Hustler Turf Power Plus Performance Sales Event and save on select DeWalt products. Save up to $600 on a Hustler Fast Track Series mower or up to $350 with the purchase of a Hustler Raptor Series on select DeWalt products. Both the Fast Track and Raptor mowers boast all the features Hustler is known for, like their trademark smooth track steering, integrated parking brake, and heavy-duty fabricated steel decks and one-piece tubular frames. Stop in today at Cabot Outdoors or CabotOutdoors.com.
Catch the buzz on all of our social media platforms presented by Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russellville. They specialize in custom in-ground pools. LuxuryPoolArkansas.com.
This is Chuck Barrett inviting you to listen to me call the Hogs on 103.7 The Buzz. KABZ Little Rock.
Buzz News with KARK's Claire Kreitz.
A deputy in Yell County is now off of the job after a video surfaced online showing him using a racial slur while pointing a gun. The video shows now former Deputy Jackson Arndt in the passenger seat of a pickup pointing a gun at the floor, using the racial slur, and saying he's getting ready for police academy training. He was off duty at the time. Yell County Sheriff Nick Galt posted a letter to social media confirming Arndt's termination, calling his actions deplorable. The sheriff says all deputies will now be enrolled in additional mandatory training pertaining to racial discrimination and social media behaviors. Arkansas is ranked one of the worst states for overall child well-being. The 2025 Kids Count data book from the Annie E. Casey Foundation ranks states based on 4 main categories: well-being, education, health, and family and community. Arkansas has improved since the pandemic, but is ranked 45th overall, with most categories scoring below the national average. This is Claire Kreitz for the Buzz Radio Network.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center.
We've got mostly sunny conditions in the forecast for this Tuesday, also feeling less humid, highs today into the low 90s. As we're going for tonight, mostly clear conditions, lows in the mid 60s. A repeat of this as we go in for your Wednesday, mostly sunny conditions, highs in the lower 90s. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Christopher Pipkin.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Looking for adventure on 2 wheels or 4? Honda of Russellville has the largest Honda selection in the entire state. ATVs, motorcycles, dirt bikes, scooters, and side-by-sides, all priced to move. From the trail to the mud and back again. Check out our Mud Pro series featuring Ranchers, Foremans, and Rubicons. Want more power? Try our Mudslayer packages on Pioneers and Talons. From mild to wild, Honda of Russellville has exactly what you're looking for. Visit us on Facebook or check out HondaofRussellville.com.
March is gone. The brackets are done. Feels like we need some excitement.
Are you kidding? Do you realize how much is going on? Basketball, hockey, baseball, golf. It's like 8 seasons in one. It's the season of action.
And we can bet on all those with the Oaklawn Sports app.
That's the spirit. Now let's go lock in some bets.
Receive a 10% profit boost on qualifying 3-leg parlays. Bet all summer long. Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Attention Arkansas homeowners. Bath Makeover of Arkansas started with 50, then 30. Now we've reached the final days. Looking for 20 homeowners to participate in our Spring Into Savings event and receive test market pricing on a beautiful new walk-in shower. Bath Makeover is looking to evaluate our exciting new product lines in real bathroom conditions, including our revolutionary new laser-etched shower wall system. That's right, you'll be compensated for your time just to determine if our exquisite product lines are the right fit for your bathroom project. Final days, 20 homeowners who call 1-800-NEW-BATH will receive 50% off installation of a new walk-in shower. Ask about 0% interest financing, senior and military discounts. Receive a $200 Visa gift card with purchase and call 1-800-NEW-BATH now to receive a $25 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH. That's 1-800-NEWBATH.
Spring is here. It won't be long before you're planning a road trip. Get to Point S, Arkansas to get your car ready for it. Off-road tires for your pickup, ATV tires for your side-by-side, tires for your car to get your family around safely, Kumo, Toyo, Falcon, Blackhawk, Fortune, and more. And their Promise Plus road hazard protection to give you peace of mind. Stop by any Point S, Arkansas store, Bartlett Tire in Heber Springs, Tire Town in Benton, R&D Tire in Conway, and Fleet Tire in Pottsville or Russellville. Online at pointtire.com.
This is Pat Bradley for River City Flooring. Are you needing new flooring or a custom shower today, but need time to pay for it? Come see my friends at River City Flooring in Maumelle and get up to 48 months to pay for your new flooring or bathroom remodel. They carry the largest selection of waterproof flooring, carpet, tile, hardwood, and granite countertops. Come in for the huge spring sale. Get up to 48 months to pay for your new flooring, 0% financing. Sale ends soon, so don't wait.
At QC Kinetics, we're all about keeping you in the game, helping you get lasting relief from joint pain. That's why we're excited to announce that QC Kinetics is now partnering with the National Pickleball League. So many of our satisfied patients are avid pickleball players, and they're thrilled with how we've helped them get back on the court. As lead sponsor of the National Pickleball League, we're committed to help pickleball fans of all ages with the latest, most advanced regenerative cell treatments. These treatments use your body's own healing power, revitalizing and restoring damaged joint tissue the natural way, with no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime. Whether you're a pickleball fanatic or enjoy golf or running or tennis, stay in the game with help from QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics, proud to promote active, pain-free living as a lead sponsor of the National Pickleball League. Call now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 501-222-8440. That's 501-222-8440. 501-222-8440.
Summer's heating up and Brewski's is your chill zone. Doors open at 11 a.m. daily. Happy hour starts when you walk in the door, so come crush a slow lunch with smash burgers, loaded fries, and wings and 11 wild sauces. And now, booking a VIP section for that special night out in your favorite downtown Little Rock hotspot is easier than ever at brewskispubandgrub.com. Just pick your section, pick your date, and pay online in 3 easy steps. Brewski's downtown in North Little Rock, your home for lunch, happy hour, and late night.
You're in the zone, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acri and DJ Williams on the Buzz Radio Network.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know, but no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Todd's picking it up. Let's go. Who the hell is he anyway? He never really talks much, never concerned with status, but still even him starstruck. Humble through opportunities given despite the fact that many misjudge him because he makes a living from writing raps. Put it together himself, now the picture connects, never asking for someone's
Hour 3, 12:07 on a Tuesday. Appreciate you being with us. DJ Williams, Justin Acri, and Christian Weaver, and you. Send us your D3 Auto Sales text offerings at 501-661-1037. Send us your Whit Davis Lumber Plus Live fan feedback through our Listen Live button. Call us at 501-661-1037. That's what Steve did, and there he is. Steve, you are welcome to have at it. What you got for us?
Yeah, you were talking earlier about the dog piles, and I can't remember how many years ago. It wasn't that long ago. There was some team, and I think it was they had just qualified, won the tournament to go to the World Series, and they dig the dog pile, and they broke the pitcher's hip in the process, and he didn't get to go play in the World Series because of that. So can't remember what the team was or the circumstance, but didn't know if you guys remembered that or not.
I did some research, and there's been a few instances, apparently. In 2009, Virginia won their super regional to go to Omaha, and they did a dog pile, and they broke their pitcher's rib, not their hip. So that was one instance, and there was another one that wasn't even in baseball that I saw, a dog pile in football for a player from Michigan State who broke his hip. So maybe we're getting...
Just shows how dangerous it is to do that. So.
Yeah, I think they're pretty uncommon, but still, is it worth it? I just think, again, I'll tell you this, it's unpleasant as someone who's been involved in one or two. They're not fun to be a part of. So, like, of all the ways to celebrate, like, it just seems like a dumb thing to do. I don't know how that became a thing. Anyway, whatever. But thank you for your input, Steve. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Still more likely to die in a dog pile than you are in a plane crash. Isn't that the stat? I don't know.
Sounds about right.
People always say that. They're like, you're more likely to be eaten by a shark while being struck by lightning than you are in a plane crash. Is that right? Maybe so. Here we go.
Today's entertainment report is brought to you by Bell & Sword Gentlemen's Clothing in Conway. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram or stop by Bell & Sword's new and larger location at 1011 Oak Street.
Well, it's the happiest place on earth. It's Disney World.
What are they doing?
Oh, they're screwing things up.
Oh,
according to some people. Disney fans are fuming after the theme park announced the closure of 3 of its most iconic attractions, Rivers of America, Tom Sawyer Island, and Liberty Square Riverboat, because they say they're racist.
What?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
The beloved destinations are set to shutter July 7th. They're making a way for Piston Peak National Park.
Yeah.
A new attraction based on Disney and Cars.
Cars?
I do love it. I'm like, is Cars still a thing? Wow.
There'll always be a thing.
Wow, is it still a thing?
Is he Lightning McQueen?
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway. Canceling my trip in October and sadly will never visit again, one person said. I am heartbroken at the loss of Tom Sawyer Island, a Disney detractor declared on X. This is the worst decision ever.
Disney adults.
Hey, Susan.
Hey, nerds. If you're an adult and you're flipping out because they're changing things or updating things at Disney World, you need to get a life.
So they opened up this new park area. I can't remember what it is, but it's a few of these worlds from the big screen or books that have been brought to life, and they opened it up, and they let the grand opening was all Disney adults.
Okay.
Rushing to the streets, crying. That, they were like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I was just thinking about you being in that crowd with you're like a young Maddox trying to get somewhere, and that's what you're trying to get through.
I'm going to be careful about the way I phrase this. Look, I've done them all. I've done the Disney. I've done the Disneyland, Disney World. Some people say I've been to Universal. There's some probably other parks that are great that I've never been to. Susan, Erwin, Prowse here. Feel free to weigh in. There are people that I know and respect that go to Disney every year without their children.
Yeah.
As adult human beings.
Yeah.
That sounds terrible to me. Yesterday, I was at the dentist, and I have a very good dentist. I really like him. And the woman who's the hygienist is outstanding. But yesterday, she had the little pickaxe out. She was scraping my teeth.
Yeah.
And they listened to a different radio station that plays soft rock crap music.
Okay.
And I'm lying there, and the woman is scraping my teeth, and I'm listening to Taylor Swift. And I was like, this must be what hell is like. And I thought, Disney's the same for me. Like, Disney as an adult, going a time or two might be fun, because I do like a few of the rides a lot. But the people that make that their annual trek every year, like going to Mecca, I'm just like, I'm sorry, y'all. That's
locked in.
There's a million other things that are way better.
Matching shirts, fannies.
Yep. Again, if you do it as a family reunion or you do it once every so often, fine. But like these people that do it every year, like that's my thing. What do you do every year? I go to Disney World every year. That's my vacation. I just don't want to pay money to go wait in line. And I don't care. You can fast pass yourself to death, but you're still waiting in some lines.
It's magical for some people, though.
It is really cool. I really enjoyed it, but I can't imagine making that my annual thing every year. And to flip out because they update the park with a couple new rides seems a little crazy. Now, I don't know what Tom Sawyer's ride was. Maybe it was really awesome. Honestly, if I could just pay money to go to Disney and just sit on Soarin' and ride it over and over again, and that's all I did the whole day, I'd be happy as a clam. Also, I thought, hey, Disney, you're the most creative, artsy company in the world, right?
Yeah.
You can't do another flyover movie in the world of drones we live in now.
Right.
I don't even need the smell-o-vision, like when we fly over the orange grove. I don't need the orange smell even. But it is breathtaking. Literally breathtaking, Soarin' is. It is a great ride. They have them at both Disney World and Disneyland, but it's soaring over California at both parks. I'm like, you couldn't have shot something else by now? Couldn't we have a new Soarin' movie by now? What is the deal? Not that even. There's so many cool places in the world. Let's soar
Egypt.
over Denmark. Or soar over, I don't know, whatever, yes. How about the Sahara?
Pyramids,
yeah, fly me over some giraffes' heads.
So someone just asked me to ask you if you knew about the VIP tour guide at Disney. It solves all those problems.
No, I do
What?
not. Wait, you don't have to wait in line ever again?
I don't know. Is that what it is?
How much does it cost me?
I thought.
I also,
Oh, Lord.
It's
They've been
already like
telling.
$6,000 to go.
Yeah, the Fast Pass, you can only use it like 3 times, right?
Yeah.
Okay?
The VIP. Listen, with the right amount of money, you can do anything. I'm sure in a reasonable or more fun way.
Says,
When I
yeah.
went-
Oh, go ahead.
When I went, I was like, this is really cool, but I do not want to go back anytime soon.
Right. And the thing is, too, your kid is pretty young still.
Yeah.
And you do it as a parent because you're like, this is what you're supposed to do. But is the kid begging you to go to Disney? Or did you go, we're going to take you to Disney because we think that's what we should do?
Right.
I think they all need it. They need to go at least
They
once.
don't need to.
I think maybe at 12 or 15,
Yeah,
12
yeah.
or 13, 14, where they're more, you know,
Sure.
at 5,
I
4 or
think
5,
3 and a
maybe
half
not.
was too young.
Yeah, I think you roll them
He
up into
enjoyed it.
Magic Springs.
He enjoyed it.
Let's baby steps it. You know, Magic Springs is great.
I went last week. It was
Yes,
good.
I
It was
love
good.
Magic Springs.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Talk to me. What do
your
I get?
Pass. All right. So you get pre-arrival planning and flexible start time picked by you, visits to multiple theme parks, ability to enjoy some of your favorite attractions while visiting, and no lines. Skipping. All right.
How many no lines do I get?
All day. Park admission is not included in your special
VIP pass?
guide. Pricing ranging from $450 to $900 an hour.
An hour.
With a minimum of 7 hours, maximum 10 hours.
Yeah, this is like.
So again, it's cost prohibitive for almost everybody I know. Nobody's paying $3,000 to go fast pass for 7 hours at Disney.
So essentially $5K a day on top of everything else.
gosh.
Unlimited,
just
no
for you,
lines.
right?
That's not real life. That's not real
no.
life.
It's wild.
Well, let me put it to you this way. Okay, while we're on the conversation,
Yeah.
for $1 billion, I could buy the whole damn park. But I don't have $1 billion,
Yeah.
and I
You
also
mean
don't
to
have.
reserve it? Like to reserve? Is
No,
that-
no. I think I can buy the whole park for $1
You
billion.
can't buy the park for
I
$1
bet it's
billion.
worth $1 billion. Worth more.
Okay,
than
$10 billion. Let's
We're
just say
cooking now. There we go.
$100 billion, whatever it is. There's a
You
number.
can at least rent it out for a day for
Yeah.
that.
These are. It could be $3 million.
Yeah.
I don't
Fair.
have it. So my
Yeah.
point is, like, I don't have $5,000 to spend on not waiting in line at Disney.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I just got back from CMA Fest, waiting in lines. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, me
but,
either.
You know.
We're grown. I ain't got time for that. I'm on my dead soon. Like I gotta get the most out of life. I don't have time to be waiting in line.
Feet hurt. My feet hurt. I'm pissed off.
Yeah, it's not fun. I think we can all agree on something we like, unless you're a vegetarian. Bacon. Wendy's, big bacon place, right? You go over there, you get a bacon cheeseburger. Pretty good. Big fan. I had to get talked into the whole square burger thing.
Yeah.
I was not the biggest fan, but you know what?
I
Pretty big fan.
don't know if Wendy's burgers survive without bacon, right?
They're
No.
pretty good.
Yeah.
So they like their bacon so much, and they know you do too, that now they are selling Wendy's bacon in grocery stores. Wendy's double smoked bacon. I don't know. I buy mostly based on price. I like thick cut, and I'm mostly buying on price. There are places that I've found that have got really good deals on bacon where, I mean, you can get in some outrageous territory with bacon costs.
Yeah.
I mean, outrageous.
Oh, I know.
It's wild. I think I want to get some just to try it. It looks pretty good.
Is it like? It's not like cooked and just refrigerated. It's
No.
like ready to be cooked.
I
You
think
guys
it's-
still got to cook it.
I think you cook it bacon.
Yeah. Well.
It says it's at Kroger stores, but
I'll give it a try.
I mean, I bet Edwards Food Giant has it. That's where I shop.
Right.
Boy. How do you feel about Meet the Parents? Are you done with it?
The movie? Oh, they're making another one?
Is that the?
Are you done with the series? Yes or no?
Yeah,
Who is
I'm
that
fine with it being over.
Robert De Niro.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller.
Meet the Fockers. Same thing.
Yes. That's
Okay.
just the continuation.
Yeah.
Now it's Meet the Grande.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. Apparently, Ariana Grande is going to be in the new version of Meet the Parents. It's number 4. And Ben Stiller's given a lot of praise. I can't really talk too much, I guess, at this point about the movie. But he says that she's so great with comedy, and I can see that.
Yeah.
He says the character she's playing, she's going to be really, really funny and kind of whole engine of the new movie. So it's exciting. I don't think I need another Fokker movie. Can we come up with something new?
I don't want it.
Speaking of flying over the Sahara, as we were earlier, and animals, I think it'd be so cool to fly over I want to see like a soaring over whatever.
What would you want to fly over?
Africa. I mean, there's all kinds of cool stuff there.
Okay.
Can we fly over a continent?
Yeah.
What's a cool place here? Like, where do you want to fly over? Like
Grand Canyon.
Grand Canyon would be great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Susan.
Would it? I don't know.
Grand Canyon's pretty cool.
Niagara Falls.
I was thinking like, stuff like that, or the Amazon. That'd be pretty cool.
Amazon be cool.
Wherever they shot Lord of the Rings, that'd be
New
pretty
Zealand.
cool.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hawaii's amazing.
Yeah.
Have you ever been there?
No.
Just trust me, it's beautiful.
Okay.
Anyway, a pet zebra that escaped its owner's home in Tennessee was found near a highway just over a week later and airlifted to a waiting trailer by a helicopter. Have you seen the video?
Yes.
Yes. This was in
Operation
Murfreesboro
Dumbo.
where I was.
What?
This was in Murfreesboro where I was.
Airlifted zebra. How do they get the zebra to sit still and not try to jump out of the thing? Did they lock him in?
It's like a big. You seen
Yeah.
Operation Dumbo when
Yes.
they same thing. The legs were in like a harness.
I saw the whole thing, but I'm
Yeah.
like, did they have him connected
they-
in there like
yeah,
he
how did
can't
they
fall
get him?
out,
I bet
or he
they
can't jump out, or he
tightened
can't
up pretty
shift?
good.
There's a cowboy that roped him and got him.
Why do we have to airlift him? Was he in a fire?
They couldn't get him down. Dude's been on the run for a week.
Yeah.
Why don't they just dart him?
I don't know.
Still, how you gonna carry him down though?
Yeah, that's a lot.
You got to get a lot of people.
Still gotta
Yeah.
carry him.
I don't know what the average zebra costs or weighs, but or costs for that matter.
It was all over memes and everything.
Sly Stone is dead. Let me just cut to the chase. I'm sure you heard this. Susan, you guys play any Sly and the Family Stone?
No, I should.
I don't know what you would play.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dance to the Music. Everyday People's a good song.
Let me thank you for being myself.
That's a good one. Do we have that?
I believe so.
There it is.
Mm.
Pretty famous. Get Cliff up there on a funky bass. Sly Stone has died. He had COPD. 82 years old. Born Sylvester Stewart. Formed the band in 1967 with his younger brother Freddie and his younger sister Rose, as well as bassist and vocalist Larry Graham. Thanks for the tunes. R.I.P. We have an update on the most unpopular lawsuit in history. Blake Lively's lawyers are claiming victory after a judge's decision to toss out Jason Baldoni's $400 million countersuit against her. As we have said from day one, this lawsuit was a sham, and the court saw right through it, they say. I think for both parties, it's time to move on. Put this thing to bed.
I don't think there's anything positive that's coming out of this
No.
for either side.
No. And nobody seems to care about the actual movie itself. That's the funny thing.
I don't know anybody that saw it.
I don't either. Last but not least, Zach Top announced his second album called Ain't In It For My Health. It'll be released August 29th. He's also put out a fun summer song, fun summer song called Good Times and Tan Lines. That might be one you have to learn.
We just heard it.
Okay.
We saw him at CMA Fest at Nissan Stadium. He's
Okay.
great. We love him.
I like Zach Top a lot.
He's great.
His new album, again, August 29th. And I guess you can find this song now. I watched it wasn't really a video, but they played the thing on our little prep service. It's pretty fun. It's a fun little summer song.
It is. He played it, and yeah,
he did?
Yeah, he did. He played it and said, "Now the cat's out of the bag." I guess he announced the date at Nissan Stadium that day.
Okay. Robert wants to talk about Disney, and then we can do birthdays. What's up, Robert?
What's going on, guys?
I don't know.
Yeah, I was going to call. I've been to Disney 8 times. If my wife hears this conversation, I'm dead. But I was pretty much forced into it.
Oh, no.
But I've been 8 times, and I've told people I drive a 2500 Ram truck with a Cummins, and every time I look at my truck, I think I could have paid for that for what I went to Disney. But my real problem with Disney is this, and you are right, they should have come up with something to do with Soarin'. But I also love Test Track. That is pretty cool. But my real problem with Disney is this. They have literally priced almost everybody out of the market.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of families out there that can't afford to go to Disney. And, you know, they go to school and their little friends and whatnot come back and talk about Disney. That's my real problem with Disney.
Mm-hmm.
If I ever won the lottery, that's what I would do. I'd take a bunch of kids to Disney and pay for it all. But anyways, I think they need to pull back on the pricing. And every time, and now you got to pay for fast passes. You got to pay for this. You got to pay for that. So I'm sure I'm going to be forced into it again one day. But my daughter's to an age now where I just kind of go to the pool and drink beer.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Well, that's when my kids
So-
discovered the beach. Disney was way less interested, and that's the thing about like Parker was the worst. He hated waiting. He hated standing around. Maddox didn't mind as much, but like if you got a kid that doesn't like waiting in line and your kid's, a little wild, it sucks for them. Like they'd much rather be at the beach all day playing in the sand, getting in the water. It's constant entertainment, and like you said, you can have a couple cold beers and not worry about it. So, what do you think your average cost is, Robert, when you go to Disney?
Oh, it's got to be $6, $7, $8 $10,000.
Yeah, I would think easily.
And we don't even do the crazy stuff. We stay at the moderates or either the better, and we always try to go when there's free dining.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's still. I mean, it hits you for about $6 to $8 So it's crazy.
Yeah, I guess if you live locally and you can buy a pass and then you can just drive and go home afterwards, it's a little easier. But yeah, if you're flying down there or driving long term and having to get hotels and all that stuff, it's tough.
Going for just a day is pretty expensive.
Oh,
it is. But if you buy a season pass if you live locally, it's amazing how little difference there is. And I'm not saying it's not some, but between a season pass and a day pass. Because if you live locally, it's a pretty good deal. I think if you go like 8 or 10 times through the year, which you would if you live by there. But anyway.
And if you go at Christmas or Thanksgiving, you better dig deep in those pockets. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, I guarantee you, it's going to be wild. All right, Robert, hang in there, man. Good luck.
Yes, sir.
All right, thanks for the call, man. All right, if you want to win a Brewskis gift card, great place to watch the ball game on Saturday, Arkansas, 6 o'clock, LSU. Let's go. You guys going to be around this weekend?
We are in Union City, Tennessee. Actually, no, we're back home on Saturday.
Okay, well, there you go. Anyway, if you want a little jump start on your tab, how about calling in at 501-661-1037, and we'll give you a shot at it. Come on, get you some. Cannot wait for Saturday.
Birthday Trivia in the Zone is brought to you by Brewski's Pub and Grub. Your home for lunch, happy hour, and late night. With locations in Little Rock and North Little Rock. Come get your grub on.
And then Susan's going to give us the rundown on what's happening around town this week in addition to that. In a bit. Where were you guys this weekend?
We actually took off one weekend this year to go to CMA Fest. We went to our first CMA Fest.
So you went as fans?
We went as fans.
Was it awesome?
It
Other
was
than
awesome.
standing up a lot?
It was awesome. I didn't mind standing. We had a great time. There's so much to do, you can't do it all. So you just kind of like let everything take you where it will. Make a plan, and then whatever happens, happens. So it was a lot of fun.
Story of my life. 501-661-1037. Come on, we need one more player. We got Chico with DJ. Ian is with Christian. Susan will be representing line 3 at 501-661-1037. Freebies, 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 freebies. All right, here we go. Alex.
Chico. I want Chico.
And the man. Here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Let's go. I forgot to print these off today, but I do have them saved in my drafts. This woman's an actress. She is
Meryl
British. She was married to a famous actor, but they had a falling out.
Emily Blunt.
Judi Dench.
She was in Austin Powers.
Elizabeth Hurley.
Elizabeth Hurley is
Yeah.
correct. She's how old, DJ?
She is 54.
Christian.
Who was she married to?
Hugh Grant.
I thought so.
Divine Brown. Not so divine for Elizabeth.
Elizabeth Hurley is lovely and 60.
She's bingo bango. 60.
Wow.
This woman's also lovely. She's a professional model and
Heidi Klum.
probably a professional housewife at this point because her
Giselle
husband
Bundchen.
Chrissy Teigen.
makes millions and millions of dollars as a professional
Kate
baseball
Upton.
pitcher.
Oh, what?
Kate Upton.
How
How old is she?
Who was it?
Kate Upton.
Oh.
She was in The Other Woman, Three Stooges.
Yeah.
She's married to Justin Verlander. How old? Christian?
Kate Upton is 37 today.
38.
36.
You're going to be shocked. She's 33.
Wow.
She's been famous a long time.
Yeah, I'm about to say, she was a young buck when she was in her prime.
Yeah. This guy is an actor,
Hugh Grant.
but primarily he is let me see if I've got anything from him in here. Beep, 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 beep.
Billy Bob Thornton.
Beep, beep. Primarily he is a
Johnny Depp.
comedian.
Oh.
I don't think a woman should make $1 less an hour to do the exact same job, okay? I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is if you're going to make what I make,
Bill Burr.
when the boat sinks, you better be
Dang, why
standing
can I
right
not
there
pick
next
up
to
his
me,
voice on
listening
that?
to that guy play the cello. Then you get the corner office. I don't got a problem. You get all the benefits. That's why I didn't like that movie, The Titanic. You know what I hate about that movie? Every girl I meet thinks that movie's romantic. Like, my God, that was so romantic, don't you think? No! No, I don't. It was a horror film. was like, why? Why? Because all the guys die. See, you're sitting there watching it going, who would I be in that scenario? You be that chick floating away in the big piece of luggage. I'm watching it going, who would I be? I'd be that dude when, like, the boat breaks in half, that dude who, like, falls straight down, bangs off the stuff and goes into the water. That's who I'd be. I'd be wearing a tuxedo, not because I wanted to, but you wanted to dress up that night, right? And I'd just be falling the whole way down. I should have humped that chick in first class.
Bill Burr, ladies and gentlemen. How old is Bill Burr?
You don't know who that is?
Yeah, I do. I'm trying to think of 47.
He's a hard one to place.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
47.
You like Bill Burr.
I love Bill Burr.
52.
What do you mean? He's old?
He's 56. I like Bill Burr, too.
I mean, I love Chris Rock.
Love Lamp.
I don't know how old the lamp is. What'd you say, Christian?
I said 56.
What'd you say?
52.
57. Christian again. This woman is an actress. She was in Very Bad Things, Waterworld, unfortunately for her. The Firm, Basic Instinct. She played Barb Henriksen in Big Love.
Sharon Stone?
No. Mickey Blue Eyes, Very Bad Things, Waterworld, and The Firm. She played Tom Cruise's wife in The Firm.
Oh, I can't remember.
Basic Instinct. She was the psycho. Not that psycho, the other psycho.
Close.
Happy birthday, Gene Triplehorn, 63 today, and we've got a couple more for your guessing pleasure. This is the I'm not going to tell you what year. She's a former Winter Olympic gold medalist in figure skating.
Oh, Christy Yamaguchi.
She's now at Kentucky Derbies talking about fashion.
It's not Yamaguchi. Tanya Harding?
No.
Nancy Kerrigan?
No.
She with Johnny Weir?
Yes.
Oh,
Happy birthday.
Wait, what's she look like?
Tara Lipinski.
Yeah.
It sounded familiar when you said it.
It's good, because that's her name. She's 43 today. And this guy's a Hall of Fame quarterback. Former Duck and Charger.
Dan Quinn. Or no. Dan Fouts.
Dan Fouts. Correct. How old today?
Dan Fouts. You watch him growing up?
I'm not giving you anything else. You're like, he's 100. Shut up, DJ.
64.
No, Christian.
He was on TV for a while, wasn't he?
Yes, a long time. He was a really good analyst, I thought.
Dan
good beard.
Fouts is
top-notch beard.
66 today.
I don't even know if he has a face under there. I've never seen him under that beard.
I haven't either.
Me? 68.
Yeah, 74. Wow. Susan, hit the board.
There we go.
Christian wins. Ian, enjoy your brewskis. Pub and Grub. When we come back, thanks to our friends at Willy D's, Dueling Pianos. Come and get your Willy on. We will tell you all about what's happening in the world of entertainment around town this weekend. Yes. Got to hit a break.
I like this.
Edward Murphy. He's also one of my favorite comedians. If I had to choose between Burr and Chappelle, those would be probably my two closest ones.
What about Gillis? I thought you were
Shane Gillis.
Yeah.
I love him too.
He hasn't been around long enough to get those. Those guys.
Yeah, those two are on a different. But I love.
Would
Gillis.
you not love?
Gillis does great TV skits too, though. He is funny.
Would you love Dave Chappelle and Bill Burr sit down on the couch and just?
Oh my God.
I'd watch it for hours. I don't care what they talk
What do y'all
about.
think about Theo Vaughn?
I love Theo.
I love him.
He's like DJ. He's a random thought guy.
Wow.
He can turn a random thought into something really good.
You see
really
him
good.
talking with Cat Williams. It's pretty wild.
Yes, it's hilarious.
Even Cat Williams is just like, this dude's different.
He's out there. I love it. You know who's a little different? Guadney Chevrolet. Since 1957, they've been treating people with respect and treating them like family. You're not going to get that at every dealership now, folks. Don't let them kid you. And I encourage you to go out there and see them in Jacksonville. They will take great care of you. And if you like great selection, Guadney Chevrolet is the spot. You like great financing? Absolutely. And if you want to have a great buying experience with no pressure, guess what?
What's that?
That's the place. Yes. GuadneyChevrolet.com or pop out there and see them. It's the James Street exit in Jacksonville. They got little buttons here on their website for new inventory and used inventory. And right now they've got deals on Silverado crew cabs. Total customer cash about $4,250. That sounds like a good deal. And they're helping you out in your trades with a little extra cash as well. So many reasons to go see our friends. It's Gwatney Chevrolet, and they're online at GwatneyChevrolet.com. Pop out and see them. Get a great experience, and let me know all about it afterwards. It's 12:34. Back in a sec.
If you don't already have the Bet Saracen Sports Wager app, download it today from the app stores or go to BetSaracen.com. Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports betting app.
This is Sports Center.
The field for the College World Series is set as Murray State beat Duke 5-4 to advance to their first ever trip to Omaha last night. No team that made the College World Series in 2024 returned in 2025. It's the first time that has happened since 1957. With the field being set, game times have also been announced. Arkansas will take on LSU at 6 on Saturday. The Razorbacks won the regular season series 2-1. In Arkansas basketball news, Arkansas will once again be playing in another high-profile non-conference game. Last year they played at Madison Square Garden. This year the game will be at Barclays Arena in New Jersey on December 20th. This year's opponent will be national title runner-up Houston. It's the third confirmed non-conference game on the schedule. I'm Christian Weaver with the Buzz Radio Network.
This is Trey Reed from the Wild Side, inviting you to join Mark Hedrick and me every Tuesday night at 7 here on The Buzz.
Brought to you by Trader Bill's Outdoors, West Rock Landing, Edwards Food Giant, Battery Outfitters, All About Tire and Brake, and Tammy Chase Insurance.
It's The Wild Side on 103.7 The Buzz.
Hawks Homes are great for duck clubs, hunting clubs, classrooms, and if you need affordable housing, we have 5 bedrooms for under $110,000. All prices include delivery anywhere in the state, set up underpinning, central heat, and air conditioning. If you have any land problems, no problem. They'll help you find some and help you get the utilities and prep and set up all in the loan. Located in Conway and Bryan, check out the inventory online at hawkshomes.net.
Jim's Razorback Pizza is the place to visit when craving some delicious, authentic pizza. They're known for amazing thin crust pies and the best Detroit-style deep dish pizza in town. You can also order freshly baked pasta or wings, along with specialty baked sandwiches, fries, and signature salads. If you're looking for a great place to watch the game and the most accommodating service around, they'll save you a seat at Jim's Razorback Pizza in Little Rock and Morgan Maumelle.
For over 30 years, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has been Arkansas's truck accessory headquarters and the only stop for all your truck parts and accessories. If it goes on a truck, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has got it. And that includes upgrading your truck with Vortex spray liners. Tough, durable, proudly made in the USA. Their spray liners can protect your truck for years to come. Call Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse at 501-568-0040 to schedule your spray. Or stop by 65th and University.
It's Justin Acri for CertaPro Painters, and CertaPro knows how important your home is to you. That's why they're focused on helping you bring fresh color to your home. You can trust CertaPro Painters to get the job done right, even in those hard-to-reach places. Free estimates, reliable communication, professional painting, all at the right price. And each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. They're always easy, and they get you a quote right away. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
You're back in the zone with Justin Acri and DJ Williams on the Buzz Radio Network. Keys to the Weekend with Susan Erwin Prowse is brought to you by Willy D's. Established in 2003, Willy D's has grown into the premier nightlife venue in the Little Rock River Market. Willy D's. Come and get your Willy on.
I don't know when the last time we were all in studio together. It seems like it was a long time ago.
I know.
Between your travels and mine, and well, DJ's usually here.
Yeah, I'm right here.
That's where he wants to be.
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine.
DJ never wants to leave Little Rock again.
No, right? Ebony's been trying to schedule a vacation, so I'm working on it.
Where y'all gonna go?
Probably Fayetteville.
She wants to go to a beach, and so
Okay.
I'm gonna
at a lake.
Yeah, out of state.
Oh,
Isn't
man.
that crazy?
How many? 24 hours? 36? How many hours are you gonna give her?
I think I could. Before I'm like, okay, let's wrap this up.
3
3
days?
nights, 2 days. Is that how that works?
3 nights and 2 days.
Or is it 3 days, 2 nights?
3 days, 2 nights.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Buddy, first of all, you got to travel to the beach, so you're wasting a day minimum
So
between
that
there and
is
back.
the day. So it's 2 days, 2 nights, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could do that.
It's pretty short.
You're actually probably going to get 3 nights for sure. You get there. You're going to get there in the afternoon and evening, so you're going to have 1 night there, then 2 full days and nights, and then you leave the next day.
The next morning.
But dude, that's so fast for a beach trip because it's so short.
I know. Yeah.
I think you need
to-
3 days.
You need 3 days.
What are you
3
going to do?
The beach.
You don't do anything.
I don't beach.
You don't beach
Yeah.
well?
DJ does not beach.
Does
Okay.
DJ go third person? Do you pool? How do you feel about the pool?
I mean, I'll chill out there. I'm not cooking all day trying to get a tan.
What about picking up some fresh seafood and whipping that up in the kitchen? You like doing that?
That'd be fun. Now,
I
I
enjoy
would
that.
mind going to a nice. I will say, if I'm going somewhere, I would really want some good food where it's
Yeah.
just like, wow.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Well, there's a lot
and,
of good
and I'm
places.
more of a sit at a dock somewhere looking out over the water, cool breeze coming, maybe some live acoustic guitar on the
Yeah,
patio.
yeah.
I like that.
There's a lot of places you can go to do that.
Okay. But I don't beach.
Do you have a limit on how far you'll travel?
I guess not.
You driving or flying?
I would assume fly, even though I think the plane's going to go down every time.
It's not.
It's just like I am not built for travel. That's the worst experience. Because I don't want to drive that far. That sounds annoying. But then as soon as I step onto the plane and it starts taking off, I think something bad's going to happen.
Yeah, it's not.
So the whole flight, I'm just think my life's coming to an end.
You need to take some drugs.
I agree.
At least a little
I agree.
Dramamine make you
Yeah, or get
tired
some-
or something.
Now, I'll say I'm not like that if I've had a few drinks.
Oh,
to be honest,
there
it
you go.
helps.
Yeah.
So,
I used to have to get
but
hammered
I don't
before
want to
flew.
feel like I have to drink just to survive the flight. You know what I mean? I'm sure I'll survive either way. I do tell myself this because I pray every time. And usually when I wrap up my prayer, I always say it out loud. So people are like, what's going on over there? You know, he's saying stuff below his voice. What's happening?
They're like, follow that guy to the bathroom. Check his shoes.
You know what I mean? It's,
no.
But I do always remind myself, if the plane does go down, most likely I'm not going to feel it, so it's not going to hurt.
I need
So it'll
you
be
to
quick.
adopt the mantra of a friend of mine.
What's that?
I used to be a nervous flyer.
Yeah.
I'll never forget this. We were on a plane together, and I was in the row behind him, and I leaned up and I said, man, you seem so calm. How you stay so calm during flights? And he said, it's easy. I just assume the plane goes down. Everybody may die, but I'm going to live.
Okay.
I was like, I like that.
Yeah.
That's
cocky.
like me when I sit by that door so I can hit the. I told you about this because it's on an episode of Mythbusters. I think I will be the one to survive, but I'm so weird. I do think if it happens over water and I survive and I like wash up to an island that is populated,
You won't.
I'm probably gonna play it cool for a few months.
Yeah. The likelihood
And then I
of-
want to show up like later after everyone thought I was dead.
The likelihood of you surviving a plane crash in like a huge body of water and then floating up to an island in Fantasyland where you're trying to get to is not good. You're more likely to be eaten by a shark or a whale and die a horrible
I
death,
think about
which
that
is
too.
worse than a plane crash.
If my raft isn't like in tip-top shape after the crash,
You
and like
also-
I think it's going to sink at some point, I would probably just start swallowing water and try to drown myself because
this is the darkest conversation.
I'd rather
that's
kill
ever been
myself
on
than
there.
get
because
eaten by a
the
shark.
the anticipation
Yeah, I
of
think I would
what's
too.
underneath me, it would drive me insane. I'd probably pass out and drown anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, who's ready for a good time, Susan?
You probably wash up on like North Sentinel Island and they'd kill you.
Yeah.
That'd be
Well,
awful.
you know, I don't even have these thoughts. Maybe my meds are working. I just I don't
Yeah,
work.
I
I
gotta
think
get
these
on.
are
I gotta
guy
get on
thoughts,
something.
right?
Is this a
Yeah.
guy
These
thing?
are guy thoughts.
Well,
Okay.
it started out with I don't want to go on vacation, and it turned into if I died in the
shark.
ocean on
Yeah.
purpose.
So
Well,
yeah.
Cliff gets really like he squeezes my hand when we get take off. I'm like, golly,
Get it? I'm
don't
with you.
Squeeze my hand, squeeze the dang.
Does he
Aren't
does he
you?
hear something different each time? Like I haven't heard that one before.
Yes, yes.
Every flight.
Yes.
Here's something
It's
different.
all happened before.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You're not getting anything new. It's all been done.
Well, then all of these issues they've been having at airports lately. Anyway, it's like.
You're
whatever.
fine.
Okay.
You're
so, hey,
fine.
Speaking of travel.
What's the nearest beach you could drive to? Literally the nearest beach.
Gulf Shores.
Are we talking about like Biloxi, or are we talking?
No, there's ones closer than that.
Gulf Shores? No?
That's nice. I don't
We're
know.
talking like Biloxi or Galveston or something like that? Or are we talking like...
You're probably right. Maybe Gulf Shores is closest.
Yeah, I say Gulf Shores. Go. Yeah.
It's 8 hours or less.
Is it nice?
Yeah.
Orange Beach is nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
The sand is better and the water's usually clear.
I want some clear water. Where's that at?
You got to go Destin probably. It's
Okay.
more sandy beaches.
Oh, gosh. Destin is so great. We went
Destin's
every-
like sugar beaches and green, beautiful green blue
There's
water.
really no better beach
I
in
will
the world,
admit,
I don't think.
when
Well, let's not get crazy.
The
When-
sand,
You've been to the Caribbean.
I'm telling you, the sand in
Better than like
Destin-
Turks and Caicos or
I've not been to Turks and Caicos, but I've been to to a lot of beaches, and I still think that the sand and just the
sand's amazing.
It's so soft.
the
on your
the
feet.
water in Cancun that we were in was better than
Yeah, no,
it
water,
has,
no water.
it has
yeah.
to be, right? I'll admit, when I went to Cozumel, depending on how you want to say it, and Ebony and I, we took the jet ski out
Mhm.
in the ocean.
Mhm.
That was actually kind of cool.
I'm
'Cause
surprised
the,
you did it.
The water was so blue, it felt like it was like a scene from Avatar, The
Mhm.
Way of Water.
Yeah.
And then I started getting a little freaked out because of what's underneath there.
I'm looking through my pictures from my trip. I barely took any of the water because I think everybody's already seen a million Destin water pictures. I guess
Yeah.
I didn't take any. Weird. Oh, there's one. Look at that. That's my view from the beach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I
got
wish
my
those
little-
people would get out of the
got my
way.
little
What are they
Dub-
doing there?
My little Dubby's koozie in my hand.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, you know it.
I mean,
Okay.
and they're going through the tunnel in Mobile. Like that's when you're like, oh, we're almost there.
Yeah, we made it.
Yeah.
Then you stop at Buc-ee's for 6 hours. The line to get into Buc-ee's, I swear to you guys, was
there
30 cars deep to get into the parking lot.
Oh my god!
And I was like, guys, we had already pulled off.
gotta
And I
move
was like,
on.
we ain't stopping here. Sorry.
Yeah.
So next thing you know, we're to Love's. I'm
Bucky's
like,
coming here, right?
yeah, it's their ways off
Yeah.
though. Anyway,
Hey, well, speaking of travel, we just got back from Nashville and we got to see 3 different piano bars. So, piano bars are always a great time in any city you travel to, especially here in Little Rock. We've got Willy D's Rock and Roll Piano Bar. We had so much fun. I mean, going and seeing another piano bar, it just reminds me of how much fun you can have and like request songs, sing, get your friends roasted on the pianos and dance, sing along, have fun. So Willy D's Rock and Roll Piano Bar, every week we bring you this segment. If you head to entertainersguide.com, you will find the calendar that's updated each morning before I head here to radio. So entertainersguide.com, find your city and find the venue near you. Go support live music. We've got in the River Market every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We've got the dueling pianos upstairs. Downstairs on Tuesday in Deep, you've got karaoke. So it's always a big night down there in Deep to sing tonight. Friday and Saturday, you've got the DJs rocking on the dance floor, keeping the dance floor packed. So Willy D's is your go-to spot early or late. And you can come over late after if you go over to the Rev Room. So the Rev Room on Friday has Dexter and the Moon Rocks. Stickies is on the other end of the River Market. You can go see a show and head to Willy D's after. Friday night, the Dead Deads. Saturday night, Bree Ogden is playing. And at 7:30, and then at 9 o'clock on Saturday at Stickies is Tragically Rick. So Rick of Tragically White is playing a show there at Stickies.
so now we're doing break-off groups.
Break-off groups. We're
Let's
breaking
go.
off. Yeah.
What do you call it? Spin-off? Like a spin-off. Yeah.
Spin-off. I thought it was cute. Tragically Rick. I know.
That is cute.
Yeah, it's cool.
All right.
So they'll be there on Saturday night at Stickies. Let's see. Over at Whitewater on Tuesday, they've got karaoke as well. Thursday, Adam Fawcett. Friday and Saturday, Hayes Carl has night 1 and night 2 at Whitewater.
Oh, that's right. My buddy's going to see him Friday night.
Yeah.
I love Hayes Carl. He's so
Yeah,
great.
very good.
Local guy.
What style?
Like Americana.
Okay.
Kind of country.
All right.
He went to Hendrix.
Nice.
Yep.
Very talented dude.
Over at Southern Tail Brewing, Thursday night, Midnight South. Our friends Midnight South will be playing a Thursday night at Southern Tail. Undercroft is a once-a-month thing, an evening with Krista Clark. They have their monthly going on Friday night at Undercroft. Robinson Center, I thought I'd shout out Miss Arkansas and Miss
Sure.
Arkansas Teen Pageant is Tuesday through Saturday. So if y'all are in town for the Miss Arkansas Pageant, you can always come hang out with us. 21 and up, of course, at Willy D's, but it's a good time. You'll be right down there in the heart of the River Market. North Little Rock, Argenta has the Appalachian Road Show on Saturday, It's a part of the Argenta Vibe music series. So that's this Saturday at the Plaza. And have y'all, probably not, but Birdies, took over the joint. Birdies Cabaret Theater and Lounge, and they've got events going on Tuesday through Monday. They've got everything from magic to music to comedy, 80s night music trivia on 80s music trivia on Monday night. So they're really programming a lot of new fun things going on at that new spot.
All right.
Hot Springs, Bridge Street Live. Cliff and I are bringing the Pink Piano Show back. It's been highly demanded that we bring the Pink Piano back. So we got a brand new Pink Piano Show out of Memphis, and we're going to be headlining the Street Festival there this Thursday. They've got a...
What time does that start?
Starts at 5 o'clock is the festivities. We go from 7 to 10. We're playing, and we had
Thursday night.
On Thursday night, packing out the streets.
I'll be there.
Okay, I'm excited.
Let's go.
Awesome. They've got a Chapel Roan contest. You can win $100 for the best Chapel Roan.
Do I have to sing
costume.
like lookalike?
Oh, it's a lookalike contest.
Not a sing along.
Not a sing-along cat. Well, we can do Pink Pony Club if we'll have maybe the winner can come up and pretend to lip sync or something.
I really want to hate that song, but I really like it.
I know,
I have
right?
them same way,
song,
and each time I hear it, I'm just like, oh, this is a banger. It's
really
so
is.
good.
It is a great sing-along. Like every
So
piano
good.
bar, yeah, it is good. Oaklawn, you've got Wednesday night comedy night with host Roger Scott and the Looney Bin. So there's Wednesday in Pop's Lounge at Oaklawn. Friday and Saturday, Flashback 5 is the late night band there. Cliff and I are going to be heading to play a very intimate Rolando's Patio on Monday night. We're going to be at Rolando's. It's a really
What's
cool.
on the playlist?
I've never been there, and everybody talks good about it, and it's right there across from the Arlington. I've just never been there.
Yeah, it's a very cool vibe, and it's small. So if you're going to come, you get there early and get
I'm
a
small.
spot.
I fit right in there.
Washita Bar and Grill, Thursday night, Joey Barrett. Friday night, Jeff Ivey. Saturday, Glenn Parker. Always good over there at OBG. And the last one that I was going to mention in Hot Springs, Magic Springs. We talked about it earlier. I went last week. I loved it. Good time. Clay Walker is there this Saturday, and our friend Luke Williams is opening for him. So go get you some country music at Magic Springs on Saturday with Clay Walker. Conway over at Kings Live, you've got Shawn Michael on Friday and Jason Campbell and Dim Boys on Saturday. Bad Habit is at Mally's Entertainment on Friday and Tudor Deal on Saturday. Couple of small town shout outs, and I'll be concluding the segment. Front Street Grill in Dardanelle, they have Marcus T on Thursday. The Joseph Logue Band on Friday. I love Joseph Logue. He's great country artist. And our friend Mallory Everett on Saturday. And then last but not least, Morrilton Cedar Lounge Bar has Robbie Deal and Tudor Deal on Wednesday. And the Yesterday's Bar and Grill, Wednesday, Kordsmeyer, our friends Kordsmeyer. They are another married music duo. So EntertainersGuide.com has all that and much more.
There you go. Let me get Kevin in here quickly. He's got some Florida commentary. Florida, talk to me. Or Kevin, talk to me.
Hey, Justin.
Sir.
Hey, DJ.
Hey.
Hey, we were down there last week, had a great time, except for one jock strap I'd like to give out.
Ooh.
It was my daughter's senior trip, and since she was a baby, we went down to Seaside for the day and took pictures just because they have the prettiest beach, I think, anywhere. We can't afford to stay down there, but we like to go down there and go through the shops and go out on the beach. So anyway, long story short, we go out on the beach, and they put up like a prison wall where you cannot enter the beach unless you rent chairs from a company. So
is this what we've become?
They're not on my bucket list of places to go anymore.
And that's
I'm done
disappointing.
with them.
Yeah, 30A is it's got a little vibe to it, and the vibe is pinky out and nose in the air, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That ain't my
But
jam.
the beaches at Fort Walton were great. Beaches at Destin were great. We even went down to Orange Beach and spent a couple of days
Yeah.
to get rid of those double reds that they had everywhere.
Nice. That was very kind of you. Good to help out.
Yep. Y'all have a great day.
Kevin, appreciate that, man. Yeah, I think the further east, I'm just like, I don't care. Like, give me some water and some sand, I'm good. Like, Orange Beach is plenty far enough for me from now on, I think. But Destin is beautiful. And look, I love 38 too. It's great, but to his point, it's a little pricey. It's kind of like Disney now. It's like, it's wonderful, and it's probably worth the expense for a lot of folks if you're going to go in on one vacation a year. But for a lot of people, it's like probably cost prohibitive.
Well, we are about to break a record for medical marijuana sales, and you know what they say the reason behind that is?
What?
Is they say that Arkansans are having more spare money than normal, so they can spend it on that.
They're like, I could go to the beach, or I could just sit here and get high.
Yeah.
Perfect, DJ. We're staying home.
Waiting down this road, I'm picking up whatever is mine.
It's Justin Acri with Laura Beth from Kaufman by Design West. And Laura Beth, I'm so excited about the upcoming months. We've got great holidays upon us. And at Kaufman by Design West, you have everything to get folks outside and celebrating.
We have grilling season coming up, so we've got big green eggs and tons of accessories. And then it's also outdoor season. So we've got lots of in-stock steel products, toolkits, coolers, travel cases.
And for those who want to do some home improvement, we've got power tools galore. You can find it all at Kaufman by Design West, 14900 Cantor Road, out west past Taylor Loop. They're also online at kaufmanlumber.com.
For over 20 years, the hottest night spot in Little Rock has been Willie D's Rock and Roll Piano Bar in the River Market. Open every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday with cold drinks and a world-class dueling piano show. Deep Ultra Nightclub downstairs hosts karaoke on Tuesdays, and DJs spin on Friday and Saturday nights for a fun dance club option on the weekend. Visit WillieD'sPianoBar.com to make a reservation and learn more.
Willy D's dueling pianos. Come and get your Willy on.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. All of us have crossed the line at one time or other that separates gourmand from glutton. Add to this list a little Nebraska possum who ate an entire 2.5-pound chocolate cake in one sitting. The little guy pretty much ate his weight in cake. It made him a little queasy, but supposedly now he's doing fine. Or as fine as anything could be that just ate its weight in cake. That little dude would be doing even better if he had a friend familiar with Doublebees, because there he could load up on snacks, zingers, Twinkies, cupcakes, and all the Little Debbies. Anything you need, it is waiting there for you. Swing by a Doublebees near you for a delicious treat. Wherever it is that you are going, whatever it is that you're craving, we probably have it. Doublebees. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Doublebees.
Here's another Whataburger DM. Miranda says, it's 2023 and still no Pico Burger. How do we get y'all to pick it back up? Miranda, we totally thought we responded to this. We know it's been a minute or two, but good news, the Pico de Gallo burger is back up. Yep, the 2 fresh beef patties covered with crisp Pico de Gallo, 2 slices of pepper jack and creamy cilantro lime sauce you love is back. And it's all thanks to you. The Pico de Gallo burger is back for a limited time. What a burger!
Natural State Wholesale in Cabot has all kinds of flooring, tile, vinyl, hardwood, waterproof wood, and laminate. Their price will not be beat. Create a beautiful new bathroom with bathtubs, vanities, faucets, fixtures, and toilets. Tile for showers. New specials always coming and going, but always great wholesale pricing. 2011 North 2nd Street in Cabot. Go see the Flooring King Don Grisham himself. They're now open on Saturdays, 8 to noon.
Welcome back in the zone. If you like the sound of our voices, you should see our faces. Check our live stream on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or Twitch. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back. Wes is here from Out of Bounds. Coming up next, 1, 2, 3. Getting ready for a little more baseball coverage. Excited about it. Wes, I did a little deep dive on stats and things for pitching and hitting, and there is no doubt in my mind the best 2 teams in the country that are left are playing each other in game number 1 on Saturday night. Yeah. Statistically speaking, that's the best pitching team is LSU, and Arkansas is the best hitting team, and they're both pretty good at the other thing too. So it's going to be a great matchup.
Yeah, Arkansas's been really good at pitching all season too, and the scary thing about LSU, their hitting's coming along. Some of their guys, their shortstop, the little squatty dude.
Milan.
Oh, yeah. Milan, yeah.
Yeah.
He is just all of a sudden he gets into the postseason just like last year. And the guy was ripping the cover off the ball, and he was hitting like 200, But he was good against Little Rock. He was good last weekend, and their bats are waking up at the right time. They're good. They're really good.
Yep.
And I said it earlier this season. That's the best team Arkansas has played.
Yep.
So I think they are the 2 best teams, and that's why this first game's so important. You
Huge.
win that game, you got a leg up on the other team.
Big one.
Coming up on the show, we're also going to talk about Coastal Carolina. What a great story. They've won 23 straight games. The last conference game they lost was against Arkansas State.
Okay.
And Coach Mike Silva is going to join us from Arkansas State today. Coach Z also joining us, and Kevin Bohannon talk about the World Series.
Love it.
If athletes coast to coast can have a coach to help them become winners, why can't you, a radio listener, have a radio coach? I, Craig O'Neill, now volunteer for that position with this idea. Join the